theme,
What?
but it's not in the right time.
Go ahead, keep going.
So, yeah, it's the right theme, but not the right setting. The time.
It's more of a
frame.
post-apocalyptic type of deal to me. I don't see it as a Western.
But it was it looked like it was filmed in the West. That's why I kind of see it. I mean, it's probably two genres mixed in one, but I kind of looked at it as a Western.
Because you could say that about the last 3 Mad Maxes. It's basically a Western with cars. So
You have a point there. So
I can understand that sentiment.
Yeah. Also, I don't know about y'all, but as an adult, do y'all like loving basketball? Because I don't.
No, not at all.
Everybody in that movie pisses me off.
Because ain't nobody making no good decisions. Like shit people do don't make no sense.
Toxicity in that movie, nigga. The amount of toxicity in that movie.
I don't even think it's toxicity. These motherfuckers are dumb.
Straight trash.
Which is why they're committing these acts of toxicity, because they just stupid and don't know any fucking better.
No, but there's a difference between being stupid and being toxic. Because when I'm being toxic, you'll know. Because I'm putting you in situations where you like, bro, it's not to your benefit. Why the fuck are you still here? But being stupid, like, bro, you're in love. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, but there is such a thing as being unintentionally toxic, and that's what was happening in that movie to me.
Nah, that nigga knew what he was doing.
He knew what he knew
exactly what the fuck he was doing.
That nigga knew what he was doing. He knew he was fucking with that girl mind. He knew that shit.
He knew that shit. All them girls he was bagging after her, all of them were fine as shit.
During when he was with her, he knew that.
He knew. And he bagged baddies too on purpose. He knew.
Yeah, he did.
Now I gotta rewatch it.
It's all right. It's all right to say yes. My little sister still loves that movie. I make fun of her for it.
To the point where it's almost, you can almost consider it a comedy.
I agree.
Oh, no.
That shit's funny as
They
shit.
do rip on that movie a lot, so
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but every time I watch it as an adult, it's like, why would you do this? It's just, it's
right. It's funny.
Especially Q's ass. It's just like, yo, just listen to your pops. He's like, all he wanted you to do is get an education. That nigga a stay-at-home dad while his wife fucking gets the WNBA and shit. It's just like
karma. I guess. I don't know.
And her dumb ass still touch on that scar every single time.
Every fucking time. And he treated her like shit throughout the whole movie.
Throughout the entire movie, treated her like straight up trash.
But then it just proves the one saying, the worse you treat a woman, the more she gonna want you. Like
that's a stupid stereotype. That's that whole struggle of shit they try to put on women as if they're just this mindless fucking trauma sponges. Fuck that shit. Yo.
I agree that it's bullshit, but it's the fact that movie enforces that shit.
But my thing is, like, it enforces, but not only does it enforce it, it makes it a personality trait. Like,
yes.
No.
Yes, that was who she was. The girl that was in love with his ass. Like, it wasn't nothing else to her other than basketball and his ass.
And this is why I thought Brown Sugar was a better movie. That is exactly why I thought Brown Sugar was a better movie. I feel
Brown
like
Sugar is a fucking classic.
I feel like Brown Sugar was the movie Love and Basketball should have been.
Brown Sugar is a fucking classic.
Yeah. Shout out to Sanaa Lathan though. It was like I fell in love. I also fell in love with hip hop.
Donna.
You know what? Those movies, I love those movies for the soundtracks. That's why I stay for it. At least the soundtracks, they make me stay.
Cause that was just as big, if not bigger, than the movie. Sometimes was the soundtracks.
Oh yeah, bro, it was back in the late 90s, early 2000s too. You were made or break by the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah,
the soundtrack was trash. The movie was trash.
The only movie I can think of where like I fucked with the soundtrack just as much, if not more, than the movie. Bad Boys 2, and then I rate them about the same. The movie and the soundtrack were equal. They fit each other. So like that, they're about the same. Brown Sugar, of course.
Love Jones.
Man, Soul
I forgot
Food.
about Love Jones. I
Wait, the
forgot about Love
exhale.
Jones.
Love Jones is the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest soundtrack ever.
Waiting to exhale, and this probably used the Brooklyn nigga in me. The only song I cared about off that soundtrack was the one from Mary J. Blige,
What, Not Gonna Cry?
and that's only because it was Mary J. Blige.
That's my shit. Ray, you remember when I was singing that shit in the
Didn't you put that as the song that was made by females that you sing out loud? That was one of yours?
Bro,
Yeah.
that's one of my top songs. I will sing the fuck out of that song.
I'm not mad at you. That's one of her best hits. I'm not mad at you. Shit.
You don't even have to put me in
Nigga.
the shower, bro. I will sing the fuck out of that song. That shit and what's it called? 7 Whole Days by Tony Braxton. I will sing the fuck out of that song.
That's shit.
My track from Tony Braxton is always gonna be "Unbreak My Heart." I don't care. I like almost all of her shit, but my favorite track is always gonna be "Unbreak My Heart."
Bro, I can't sing that song because she got a lower voice than me. Fuck that shit.
I can sing that shit.
No, I'm not doing that.
I can go baritone for that song. I can sing that song.
No.
Yeah, for me, it Kills Me by Melanie Fiona. I love that song.
Yes, Ray.
I will challenge any drag queen to a lip sync battle for It Kills Me.
And I got 200 on Ray.
I'm gonna act the fuck out of that one.
Can we make this? I need to see this now.
I'm with you, girl. Let's make this happen.
Instigating asses. Look at y'all.
Oh, y'all need to see me like lip sync "We Cry Together" by the OJ.
Oh my god. Give us some Henny, that's it.
Oh. We need to link up and find a karaoke spot and just go ham.
I agree.
Oh my god. We get kicked out. Because I'm out singing everybody in that motherfucker. And I'm making eye contact with every single white girl, and I'm gonna be like, bro, you do not want this fucking work. I will sing the fuck out of this song. Bring out your Avril Lavigne's, bring out your motherfucking what's her name? Adele's. Nigga, I'll sing that shit too.
Better. My nigga, fighter, I'll do you one better. If you know the words to "I Want It That Way," you and me duet that shit and just shut the
I'm
whole
with
place
you.
down.
I'm on it already. Let's go. I'm on it. That was my shit. Let's go. Let's do it.
You reach God down into the building.
Hey, I got a question for everybody. Who knows the charm word to girlfriend by NSYNC?
That is a good question. Hey, do y'all niggas, hold on, my girl just asked a question. Do y'all know the words to Girlfriend from NSYNC?
I think I do.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Is that weird?
No.
I think I do.
No.
How about God?
I can still sing going.
Damn, it's been a while. That's a fucking
I can still sing going.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
that was ironically that was actually my favorite NSYNC song. Going.
Yeah, Gone was that song. Gone was that shit.
It's like I never even been involved with a woman before, and I cried when I heard that shit. What is this? What is this feeling in my chest? What the fuck?
Oh fucking
Okay, so Morena has it.
what's that song called? Hold on.
But no, they're not made by Mary Payne.
Shit.
What Goes Around by Justin Timberlake. I'll sing the fuck out of that shit too.
Oh man, I was singing the fuck out of that one too.
For me, it's Cry Me a River. No, for me, it's Cry Me a River.
I don't like the melody to that song. I like the song. I just don't like the melody. Niggas sound like a fucking. I don't like it.
You know what does it? What you did?
I don't like it.
What did I walk into?
Nigga, stupid ass noise.
Oh, hold on. Q. I got a question for you. And most of these people. Any songs by a woman, what do you sing out loud?
When I See You by Fantasia.
Oh my God. You
Oh,
are fucking
he's
auntie. You are
He's one of the
auntie
faces.
ass nigga.
This nigga said the song by female he'll sing out loud is When I See
That
You
shit
from
is
Fantasia.
fire. That shit is just amazing. And
You are a auntie.
No, hold on.
What's happening to me?
Hold on.
no, time out. I would
Let's
sing
flip flop
that.
this shit. Let's
I
flip
would
flop
sing.
this shit.
I would sing
Ladies,
that.
hold on. Let's flip flop this shit. Ladies, a song by a man that you'll sing out loud.
See, that don't matter. They sing every song by a man.
Yeah,
But
that's
no
true.
bullshit though. Yeah.
They sing every song by a man because they feel like they singing to them.
That's it. For me,
Nah, you want to
I
know
don't
what's
know about
funny?
that one,
No,
but
you want to know what's funny?
He
Women really
understands
love
me.
them misogynistic ass songs. I had a friend, bro. She knows the entire words to "Gorilla Pin" by Project Pat. It fucking amazed me. He was over there like, if you ain't got no cheese, then I'm Jekyll and Hyde. About to rip on this bitch because she need to learn me. I was like, damn.
Hey, yo, Mister, don't play,
yeah,
man. Mister, don't
that makes
play.
sense. The slob on my knob is my shit.
I'm telling you, yo, they love that shit.
Slob on my knob is my shit. Like, don't let that shit come on. I'm here for it.
Well,
Hey,
I can't
All
lie.
right. I would
I
have
can't lie. This is a guilty. I'm
you
guilty.
can't deny 3-6. You just can't.
I'm guilty for saying this. I like that. Look back at it by
Hold
Trina
on.
for some reason.
Look back
Oh my
at it.
God, Q.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I enjoyed it.
Damn.
Oh, you were saying something, Crystal?
No, I would have to say the kind of I'm old school, so I'm more like Brian McKnight, the song "Anytime,"
Yes.
or who's the other guy that sang?
See, I never felt this way about you.
When you sing it, it just sounds so wrong.
What were you saying, though?
No.
That's Brian McKnight.
Yeah.
This is the wrong
Oh,
conversation to have while I got this Hennessy in my system. God damn it.
okay. Oh, I don't know if I asked this question, but I'm gonna ask this. If you could have any singer's or rapper's voice, what voice would you have? For me, it's Maxwell. If I could have Maxwell, if I had Maxwell's voice, everything is over. Everything is over.
He gonna sing
Keith Sweat.
Me, and this is I gotta go with Bilal. There was
Bilal?
something about that nigga. Just because he can go high like Maxwell, but there was a gangster about him. Like,
Nah, for me, it's definitely Keith Sweat. I love his voice. His voice is just. I love how he goes. You know you want my love.
You like that begging?
Yeah,
You like that begging?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I'm not gonna lie. Just because I know I would never do crack, it would be Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown can sing though.
Yeah, if just because I know I would never touch crack, I would just be Bobby Brown.
I think my second option would be probably Luther. Oh, my bad, D-Whip, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say for me it will have to be Craig David. Because I can't get that.
Nice.
Craig David, I can't get that high without sounding like a girl. So I wish I had that.
shit.
You said
To the
Craig
question
David?
before.
Me? No, Teddy
Yo.
Pendergrass. Teddy Pendergrass.
I've reached there. I've done that already. So that's why I didn't pick him.
Man.
Can you feel me? I love that song.
Here's the thing. I want Teddy Pendergrass's voice just so I can scream at a bitch on a song and get away with it. Turn them off.
Turn them off.
Turn them off.
I'm done.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Like
I said, wrong conversation to have while I've been. Man, proceed. I'm gonna shut up.
All right. As you can see, we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
Keith Sweat is the greatest. That's my boy.
We have Dion.
Turn them off.
We got D Wolf.
Yo.
We have Tanya.
Hello.
We have Crystal.
Hola.
And we have Q the Reach God.
These Cowboys better win tonight.
Yo, we down by 2, my guy. From what
Look
last
good.
week.
Dak looks great. Dak looks amazing.
Dak does look
Especially
great.
considering that the injury he's still kind of recovering from. Yeah, he performing his ass off.
He looks great. This is gonna be a good year.
I still think the Buccaneers are gonna win this motherfucker, but you know.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was about to say, shut up.
I just want y'all to know I'm very upset that this fucking season is back. I gotta hear these motherfuckers talk about a fucking sport that I don't like.
I'm sorry, we Cowboys fans up in here.
We
Or at least me and
football fans in
Q.
general.
Me and Q.
Speaking of Cowboys,
You can't catch.
Ugh.
Actually, offensively, the Cowboys have been doing pretty damn good. It's the Buccaneers that have more been fucking up.
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh my god! But it's coming back.
What?
Dak just threw a pick. I'm irritated now. Why would you force that?
But I think I feel like Dion said something that my phone just went out. He just didn't want to let me hear it.
Yeah, he ruined it, man.
Hold up. I ain't do shit.
This is gonna be as you can see, this is gonna be a very lighthearted topic on the podcast. So I'm gonna start with what's kind of been running this whole week. Steve from Blues Clues has finally come back from the store with the milk. So
damn.
I guess it's the 25 year of Blues Clues, which I didn't even know it's been out for that long. And Steve came back. He basically said how much he missed us, and he talked about life after he went to college. And a lot of people on Twitter started crying, which I didn't know. Yeah, there's a couple people that was crying, put a tear to a couple people's eyes. A lot of people really got to his feelings. Now, I personally said that Steve low-key gave people abandonment issues because my man just went to college and they didn't say that.
He hopped on the bus and rolled the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my man's got y'all. Bye.
Yeah, this is my brother. Peace.
Yeah. I ain't even like the second guy like that.
Yo, Joe was not bad. Joe was not
He
bad.
wasn't bad. He actually wasn't bad.
He
just wasn't Steve.
I stopped.
High standard though. It's just like
I stopped when Steve left, man. I was done.
Steve had a distinct voice. That's what caught everybody. It wasn't because it was Steve. It was hearing his voice repeat everything.
The guy they got now.
Isn't that why he left?
We heard that voice for so many years, and for him to come back after that long and still sound the same exact way and talk to us the same way, it was just like, oh my god!
Isn't that why he left?
He left because he was going bald.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Rockstar.
That's great. Oh yeah, if you think about it, yeah. Huh. That would look, yeah.
He said he wanted to follow his dreams.
He did, but he was also going bald.
Yeah, he was also going bald. He didn't want to subject the kids to that.
Like I'm legitimately hurt now because I didn't know. So
he was.
I thought people knew.
No, I'm sure. I'm behind on it because I just said F it when I was a kid and he was gone. I was like, I don't care. I don't even want to think about it because he's gone. Man. So now I know.
I started watching Dragon Tales when he left.
Dragon Tales was actually kind of fun though.
I love that theme song.
I got beef with Dragon Tales.
I'm still.
Hold on. Father, clarify.
It has nothing to do with the show. The show is fine. but it came at a time slot when I was trying to watch my Dragon Ball Z, and I lived in a fucking household with other kids, so I couldn't watch my fucking Dragon Ball Z. So I beat
You live.
Okay.
See, I
It's
started
not the
watching.
show in itself; it
So
was
it's
the time
selfish
slot.
reasons. It's selfish reasons,
It's
basically.
what
Yeah.
the show
I
represented.
think that's why I missed it.
I felt like
Because of Dragon Ball Z.
between the lines was more hood, so I started watching that.
You know what I realized? Between the Lions had Stephon Marbury when he went to the Nets.
Yes. That's
Another
sad.
good theme song too.
Yeah, that was.
All them theme songs smack back in the day.
I don't know why they was in the studio
remember
doing that.
Between the Lions.
I don't know what happened.
They just
Jingles
did.
suck in commercials now.
They do.
You could, remember back in the day, just
Oh,
a simple
shit.
jingle will have you good.
Buccaneers just scored again.
McNuggets loving. It's
Hey,
just
AutoZone.
why can't you share your love with me?
Yo, right? Especially the insurance commercials. The insurance commercials had heart, yo. It made you,
Gemco.
stop playing.
Oh,
Hey,
Gemco was
you know who I miss? You know
go,
who? Speaking of
Gemco,
commercials,
gotta
you know who I
go,
miss?
Gemco.
I miss
Go,
some
go,
Budweiser frogs.
Go.
Crystal,
See, you know what I'm talking about.
Crystal, we just
I
saw
swear,
that.
I knew the one. I knew the one father was singing too. Girl, you got a 10-piece, girl. Don't be
Don't be
stingy.
stingy.
Don't be stingy.
Now, what happened to the Budweiser frogs, though?
Man, what?
The
Yo, I
Budweiser.
used to like that.
We had the
The
best
Budweiser.
commercials ever.
No, man, no wonder we just
Like,
culture.
all right,
Our
okay.
fucking
Here's a
generation
question.
culture this
Since
shit.
we're talking about theme songs, I'm willing to say this out loud. Hey Arnold had the best theme song and ending theme song.
The ending. The fucking
The ending was like
bro.
the ending is the best thing ever. Hey Arnold probably is the greatest cartoon out of like all of the Nickelodeon TV shows.
When's that movie coming out, yo?
Bruh.
There's supposed to be a live action one coming out soon.
A
I
live
don't want
action
to watch
Hey Arnold.
that.
I'm tired of hearing that,
I
yo.
don't
When's it
want
coming
to
out?
watch that.
A lot.
How they
There's
gonna do
supposed
that
to be a
live
live action Hey
action? How they
Arnold.
gonna shape his head like that in live
Right.
action?
Football
That
head.
was my next question. What the fuck
Why
they
they
gonna
don't
do
just
about this football
what
shit?
happened to do they not respect Rocket Power? Like nobody has no respect for it.
No, yo, right?
Rocket Power was fired.
That
So
was,
you saying, hey Arnold? I'm on Doug.
Oh
Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
You just
That was
Doug
the
needs a
top one
live
for me.
action. Doug
nah,
needs a
That was
live
the top
action.
one.
nah, Doug is God tier. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
like what? Like
Dear
it had
Journal.
one of my favorite musical moments. Y'all remember the episode with the lucky hat? I love the melody in that whole the song that they used for that one. That's like some of the best melodies you will ever hear.
I like my shiny teeth in me. Don't judge me.
Oh, Fairly Odd Parents. That's another. I love that theme song. I still love that opening theme too. Fairly Odd Parents.
What about what happened to Jimmy Neutron? Y'all show no respect.
Oh, they're in Grubhub now. They're in the Grubhub commercials.
Oh my God,
What?
they
Oh,
Those
I know what
new-
you're talking about. I
Jimmy
know what
Neutron
you're
Yeah.
was fun.
They're all older and buying Grubhub.
Wow.
Because of
So
course
all
they
I
those
are.
got you.
futuristic ways of delivering and shit, that's all him. That's his ideas.
Yeah.
He's basically the guy running the tech part of Grubhub in the
Oh,
commercials.
what
Yeah.
happened? Our cartoons are better.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what other show the opening theme was I want to say like a quiet, like low key type of Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls
That
was
ain't low
yeah.
key. What do you
I was about
mean?
to
That's
say, that ain't low
fire.
key. That was one of the most popular
Powerpuff Girls was the
cartoons.
shit. The ending
It had a
was the
movie.
shit. It was just a good ass song.
It was.
What about
That one,
Victoria?
Teen Titans.
Nice.
All right, let's be real. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like let's not even like.
That's my favorite.
I don't even like
Yo.
country music, but I fucks with Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Hey,
The
yo,
theory
when I tell
behind
you-
that is crazy. The theory behind why he's
We're not
always
okay. We're
it's
not gonna go
insane.
down that hole. Hold on. I gotta stop you there.
all
We're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna go
say,
there.
all I'm
yet.
gonna say is
Yeah,
for
man.
Courage
Hey
the
yo,
Yeah,
Cowardly
one of these,
Dog,
hey yo,
Hey,
D-Wolf,
rap
one
baby,
of these
baby.
days, one of these days, D-Wolf, I'm gonna have an episode and we're just gonna talk about all your rabbit holes that we just going down. We're
Alright.
gonna dive deep into.
I'm down.
I would love, but Ed Nettie, that's got to be every.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, that's
was
Yeah,
like
that's
my
good.
number one.
was amazing.
That's number one. This
that's
number
the
one
show, bro.
hands
That's
down.
the
Kids
show
Next
that
Door.
I watch. Like, bro, It was acceptable to be a crackhead. That was a crackhead ass show.
It was.
Yeah.
They was
And
fiending.
you notice they're the only ones
I don't know
there.
what the fuck was wrong with that.
Ross
Yeah.
made the show.
I know the rabbit. I already know the rabbit hole you going down with that one. I already know about that one.
I don't know what the hell was wrong with that.
I know that one too. I know
It
the
was
rest
What?
of it.
retarded.
Crystal?
What about the
I
PJs?
know.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You guys
yes,
is good.
I remember that show. Spike Lee did not like that show at all.
But you see,
But it was
Okay.
I always tell people this.
Yeah.
I always tell people this. Once Cartoon Network stopped saying Cartoon Network, that's when shit went to hell.
I agree with you.
Once it just
100%.
became CN, that was it, because that was a time of change of leadership
I agree with
in the
that.
company. Yeah, that's why everything's mindless now. But back then it was mindless and fun. Action. Yo, you saw blood in Powerpuff Girls. Come on, they got away with that.
They was fucking niggas up in Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, they
Yo.
really
Oh
was.
yeah.
They
They
was tearing it up.
JoJo caught the worst
They-
ass whoopings
They
I've ever seen in a
religiously
cartoon.
beat.
Yeah,
they
Mojo Jojo caught B-Words.
Mojo Jojo.
And you know what I
every
think?
Like it was episodes where he was they were fighting other villains, but the episode started with them whooping Mojo Jojo.
Just
And then they were
beating his ass.
done. And then they go home. And then the mayor would call.
Yep. You know what I think? I think that's the reason why people love SpongeBob so much. Is because the narrator and the mayor is voiced by the same guy that does the voice of SpongeBob. And I think it must be, yeah, Tom. What's his name again? Tom Kenny.
Yeah,
Tom Kenny. Yeah, I think it's that too. It's just ringing true from back in the day, because it was pretty much dead until SpongeBob popped up and it was like, oh, something good again on the other channel.
Excellence can be found even under a rock.
Yo, would y'all consider it
I don't know.
toxic when the Roddy Rough Boys came through and like they finally had some competition? I kind of cheered.
I love that episode.
Everybody cheered.
They needed their own show, honestly. I would have loved if they had their own show.
I feel bad. I feel bad cheering for like three dudes whipping three girls' ass. It's just like
I mean, nah, but they have been fucking everybody else up. So it was about time that they met their match,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, actually.
Hold up.
Just
Can
like,
we before we talk about any other cartoon, can we acknowledge the thirstiest nigga in cartoon history?
Johnny Bravo.
Bravo.
You. The thirstiest nigga. He made it cool to be thirsty for like a hot second.
I don't see you say that. You say that, but I like Johnny Bravo because of the message. Like, because Johnny Bravo, like, in reality, he could get any bitch he want, but in that show, he got no play.
Nope.
And he lived with his mama. That was the best part.
The only time he did was when at full moon she changes into an old nerdy dude.
Yeah.
That was the only time he got any play.
No,
Where
there
was
was another.
I remember that
There
one.
was another episode where he got. They thought he was a woman, so he was in a woman jail. And when they found out he was a dude, he had like numbers. He like everybody's cell number until Susie got him out. He was like, "Nah, I'm trying to save." He was like, "No, take me back."
God. They even tried to have The Rock playing back in the day.
Cow and Chicken was like the most random show ever.
I have a love-hate relationship. I have a love-hate relationship with that show.
I didn't like it.
Cow and Chicken.
I really
is one
watch
of
it for I Am Weasel. That's the reason why I
Yeah,
watched it.
I Am
Cow
Weasel
and
was a
Chicken was
goat.
fucked up.
He's a goat.
Cow and Chicken was highly fucked up.
Like our cartoons had many cartoons inside of them.
Within, yeah. The one I don't hear anyone bring up at all. I haven't heard anyone bring this up in
Just
years.
Friends.
No, not even. Two Stupid Dogs.
Oh my
God.
I don't hear anyone bring that up because I like to reference it, like when the big dog barks and that cat always screams the same way. Like I always used to bring that up and nobody
That was
like,
another
yo,
crackhead show.
Yo,
Yeah.
Wolf. You mean when the dog goes Wolf?
They don't bring up Odd Real Monsters either.
Or Pinky on the Brain.
Or Angry Beavers.
Oh,
I still
love
know
Angry
the
Beavers.
whole. I still know all the lyrics to the Pinky and the Brain theme too.
I love Angry Beavers. The Halloween
I think that's
episode.
back.
The Halloween episode where they was talking about, I'm trying to get some candy. Just candy.
Nah, real quick. Can we acknowledge the masterpieces that were the Scooby-Doo movies at the fucking time?
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is
Oh
my shit.
my
Yeah.
God,
Oh, you mean
That's one of
Friday
my
nights.
favorite animated movies ever
Oh
in
my
life.
God.
I could watch that over and over again. That is my
When
shit.
Shaggy was wearing a
and-
red shirt, you noticed in those movies he would wear a red shirt.
Mhm.
Shaggy.
Nah,
You know,
I
when
like
it's
the
parent time again, got you running through the night.
I like the first Halloween movie with the 3 girls that was singing and shit.
The Hex Girls.
Hex Girl, yeah.
That shit was amazing.
I
Dang, I
think
miss
what the
being a
Hex
kid.
Sisters or some shit. I think that was the name, Hex Sisters.
I miss being a kid.
No, they were just called the Hex Girls.
That was the
All right.
Hex
I
Girls.
would relive those days. Like, that's heaven.
Like,
I'm telling you.
Nah, my favorite moment in TV history is when Otto Rocket finally got to skate with Tony Hawk. I just felt like I needed to be there too.
Yeah, only because Tony Hawk was like
Down.
the coolest white boy at the time, along with Jeff Hardy.
Oh
That
shit!
is true.
Those were like the coolest people on earth.
Yeah.
I just want you to know
mean-
Steve bought all this shit up because that's those times, bro. Steve referred us back to a simple time. But shit was just
Yeah.
simple.
That's all he did. Just reminded you that, you know, we just got a letter, you know, wonder who it's from. And it's a letter from my friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pull out his handy dandy notebook, the fucking
Mhm.
baseline play.
I used to mimic that so much.
Bro, all his lines were straight, all his circles were circles, bro.
He
Mm-hmm.
would draw and you knew what the hell he was drawing.
You knew what the
Yeah.
fuck he was drawing. There was no fucking mess. I ain't never seen him mess up ever.
He drew a couch. That shit looked like a couch.
That
You know
shit
what I'm
look like
saying?
yo, you try to
It
draw
was
that shit, your
simple.
shit crooked as fuck.
Hey, and
Then he did it.
one-
It was so simple.
It's so
God.
simple. I'm like,
He
it's
did
like an
one thing
elegance to it. It's
never
just
did.
Yeah.
All right.
He did one thing Dora the Explorer never did. He said thank you.
Mm.
hey. Now that I think about it,
You know
Dora
when
does
you
not
say-
say thank you. She says great.
I like that too.
Whole time, motherfuckers watching ain't saying shit.
she just look at you with them fucking football eyes.
My man,
Has anyone
Staring
seen
into
the
your
Dora
fucking soul.
movie?
my man Steve always remembered to
Which movie?
remind you that you was his friend.
Yeah, he did. Has anyone here seen the Dora movie?
No.
Good.
Live
Don't
action one.
don't do it. Especially
Oh,
with
it's
the kids.
bad.
Don't do it.
I
I
watched-
still have one of my girls still is traumatized from that damn Dora movie.
Aw.
So I'm warning y'all now.
She said, "Oh,
So leave that shit alone.
How was she traumatized?
Let's just say one of them was on some kind of drugs, and then they started seeing skeletons and shit.
Oh shit!
I thought you was gonna say the monkey." I'm about to say the monkey.
I wish it was. It was bad.
Oh
All
my
right. So
God.
as far as that Dora the Explorer movie, just leave that shit alone, huh?
Leave it alone. I'm warning you.
Yo, you know what
Okay.
live action movie was actually good? Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was actually a good live action movie.
That
I
little
didn't
boy was
see that.
pissing me off throughout that whole fucking movie because he kept
I
doing
didn't
shit.
see that.
Who was pissing you off, Tanya?
The little boy in there, he
Oh, yeah,
kept
he
doing
was.
shit like, no, don't go here. And guess where he went? Over there. No, don't touch that. Guess what he did? Touched it. Like, why don't you listen to people?
Because he's white.
Because he white. I was like, because
Bruh,
he
that's a
white.
test of patience. You know, black folks don't like when little kids just be touching shit. That's our
No.
pet peeve collectively.
Like,
Like,
especially if somebody
'Cause that's how
specifically
shit
told
starts.
you not to touch that thing, and then you gonna go touch that thing
fucking
anyway.
touch it.
Now you all trapped up in this fucking
No.
dungeon and shit. And I gotta
Exactly.
save
You
your
touch the
ass.
shit you're not supposed to touch, and that's how bullshit starts.
Hey, Father, you said the most important word. Collectively, don't no black person like that shit. You'll have
None of us.
you'll have black people who don't even know your mother somehow tell you to do something, and then your mother notice that you're doing it, and she'll tell you to do it. And then they become friends all of a sudden. So now they both friendly, telling you what to do all of a sudden and shit.
Oh, I've been there.
But see, you know where the whole thing of
blacks as collective not liking kids touching shit. How often have we gone somewhere with our parents and we got this speech? Now, when we get in this motherfucker, don't look at shit, don't touch your shit, and don't ask for shit because you ain't getting shit.
I have never actually gotten that speech from my mother.
That's
I had
because
it, she
Beck,
just didn't say
Damn.
shit.
Beck is
I
picky
never,
choosy.
but then again, I never gotten shit either. But it's
Because she wanted you, your parent wanted you to just be able to walk in there so they can just be like, you know what, I'm gonna buy you this for just going in there.
nah. I was the type of I was a wanderer. So they say you go anywhere, I'm gonna beat your ass. That was
You know what?
At least
You know
you
what,
got
Luke?
that. I
I
was
think that's all of us though, because when I would go to Costco, I would purposely get lost.
Okay,
shit.
let me
My
tell
parents,
Nobody
y'all.
else did it. I can't be the only one on this team.
Nah, let me tell y'all about what
no.
happened
I
real
used to get
quick.
lost all the time. My parents used to hate it because it's just
Cause I got a story about this shit. So I had a bad habit when I was younger, and I would hide from my mom and my grandma, and I would hide, and I would hide, and I would hide. So one day, it was like, "Don't hide no more." I didn't listen. So when we got back together, they hid from me.
Oh no!
I could not find them. And I lost my shit. I think it was Sears. I lost my shit in Sears to the point where
no!
they came out and was like, "Yeah, I bet you ain't gonna do that shit no more." And guess what? I didn't do that shit no more.
You
I
know
love it.
what?
I
You know what's
love
so
it.
if
crazy?
I love it.
I
You,
beat you
you want
to
to
the
know what's so
car,
crazy
you
about
better
that? Like
find a way home.
what like while you were explaining that story, like I could feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you a little ass kid in a big ass store and you
That shit is
seeing toys and shit.
traumatizing.
It is.
No, but like what I'm saying is like when you a little kid and you see like you in a big ass store and then like you see all the shit in the commercials and shit, it's like fucking Candyland. You just want to be every fucking where. The moment you can't find your parents when you got your fix,
It's a wrap.
it's a fucking wrap.
It's a
That's
wrap.
when it's
I
the
lost all
scariest
my
shit in the
shit
world.
right there in the middle of the fucking store. Oh my god, bring your net! Like I was going, okay. Stop, kids. It was a mess. I ain't do
Oh
that shit no
shit!
more though. I
I
made
can
sure,
imagine.
even to
You learned
this
your
day, I
lesson.
don't
The
lose
point is, you learned your lesson.
That right there showed you wasn't ready for the real world.
Yeah, I was like 6. I would have not have been.
All I know is they didn't have to do that shit. I was little. God damn it.
My father
But you
told
learn
me
from it.
if he made it to the car before I did, I better find a ride home.
God.
But did he ever actually leave you behind though?
that's
I
such a
promise you,
father answer.
I beat him to the car every time.
Every single time.
I'm
That is
28
such a
now.
fatherly
I'm
answer.
28 now.
That's
And I
some
still
reverse
beat him to the
psychology.
car.
I don't know what to call it.
Nigga, parents were creative, bro. But I'll
I
explain,
swear.
bro, because you know when we was younger, like especially like our generation, all we did was explore. That's all we motherfucking did, because we always be outside and shit. So whenever we
Outside
like
just doing shit.
just
Right.
vibing, nigga. I remember when I was younger, we used to play Manhunt in like inside the
Oh
entire apartment
shit!
complex.
Yeah.
The apartment
Okay.
He said
complexes,
manhunt, yo. You
bro.
take it
We
back,
used to be
Woo!
playing that shit for hours till the sun come down,
right?
bro.
Right?
We had spots, we had designated areas, we had spots where you had to ban because like if you went to those spots, nobody was gonna fucking find you. Like
Mm-hmm.
we used to do that
Hey,
shit
no,
for real.
And
me
the
tell you
older
what
we
made
got,
Yeah.
the further we went.
Bro.
See, no, my complex was so great is because all of our buildings connected through the laundry room. So we can go
Oh,
through like one building and go through every building on that
Oh my
line.
god, that sounds like a dream, son.
Oh no,
Yo.
man. No, let me tell
If
you.
you
On my old
understood,
block, man, if
if
you
you
knew, if you was able
understood
to climb the
how
fences, you was
scary,
good. Because all
if
the
you
back alleys
understood how
connected.
scary,
oh
how hard
yeah,
it
I
was
forgot
to
that.
find,
It
how
did.
hard
Woodruff,
it was to find
Woodruff
these buildings.
Avenue, St. Paul's, all them back alleys connected.
Mm.
Yeah, I forgot that part.
Yeah.
But
That's why I
try
probably always
being
got caught. My dumbass.
try playing manhunt in three-story buildings with a full like connection at the basement of all three buildings. So you don't know what building they're in. You don't
I
know what
wish.
floor they're in. And you don't know if they're outside too. So it's like, how are you going to catch anybody?
I wish, yo. That sounds like an adventure, really.
Nah, it was a fucking adventure, bro. I saw parts of
It
my
really
neighborhood
was.
I never thought I'd
That
see.
shit hurt. You know how many times I fell
Between
down the steps?
Damn.
Yeah, when you try to catch
oh
somebody
man,
and you
Mhm.
take that first step and you slip, oh, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad, bro. I remember, like, because we used to be doing teams on that shit. So, like, if somebody fell, we left them behind. We didn't
Yeah,
kick
you
them up.
got
That is so fucked up.
Every man for himself.
so,
Hey
sometimes
man,
that's
you
what
only
you had to
fast.
do.
You know what they say? You only as fast as the last man straggling.
Mm.
Nah, because manhunt was serious, bro. Ain't nobody trying to get caught. So if you tripped or if you slipped, like, bro, that was it. I'm not picking you up. I'm not trying to get caught.
But
They
you know what?
knew.
I would never play Manhunt again.
Where
CrossFit Park.
Oh,
Dion,
I feel like there's a story behind all that. Ain't
Right,
no
it sound like my
present.
I'm gonna let her tell hers first. I have one, Brent.
No. You know what? We'll save that story for another day.
That's fair. That's fair. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
You know what? I think Steve from Blue's Clues is probably gonna be one of our icons. That's like our icon. He's the glue to our collective childhood.
Man, let me tell y'all something. We need to start putting our childhood like people in there. Like we gotta put respect on Bow Wow's name. He is our childhood. I don't care what you say.
He
We were
is.
all fans
He
of
is.
him. We
Yeah.
all were fans of him. We have to start respecting him before
Like Mike.
Like, oh my God. He was the man. Everybody in this chat right now had a distinct like for Bow Wow for some reason.
Yeah,
When you
Tokyo Drift.
Wow.
I liked him in Tokyo Drift.
And he's a pretty good actor. Not great. Pretty good. Decent.
Decent. Decent's a good word for him.
I was about to
Decent.
say, bring it back down a little.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I
Don't-
felt myself reaching. No. Decent.
Don't,
He's a
I'm gonna
decent
say
actor.
this about Bow Wow as an actor. Don't put him in anything action related. Don't put him in anything action related.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
in the karate movie? Well, I'm probably thinking
No,
about
that was Jada
somebody
Smith.
else.
Smith.
Outside of his role in Tokyo Drift, because he ain't really do much. Like, don't put him in action related.
You want to know what he was doing? He was getting his ass whooped. That's the only real scene that I remember from him.
Yeah.
On Tokyo Drift.
I feel like that's all he's good for.
And then he fucking walked away like nothing happened. I remember.
You're probably like, yo, you've been in Japan too long.
You sell me a fake iPad? Like, well, oh,
He got his ass whooped in lottery ticket too.
he did.
I'm broke.
I'm broke, nigga. Bro. I felt that.
Can't eat. And you got
It's
the power
sad.
to-
Like that movie wasn't bad either. I think that's Bow Wow's best movie, but that's like the one scene that sticks in my head.
You know what? I think his best movie for me was Roll Bounce. I feel like Roll
Oh
Bounce.
yeah, Robot.
Yeah, roll bounce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might have to take that
Roll
back.
Bounce
Yeah,
was
You're
good.
right
Roll
about
Bounce
that.
was good.
I forgot all about roll bounce.
Robots
that
was
boy
great.
got stretch pants.
Hey, that's legendary.
Ain't
Rest in
that
peace.
some lip
Rest in
move?
peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. It was a lot of funny movies. It was a lot of parts of that. He was never better, brother.
Never better.
Oh,
Bro.
man.
Never better.
Nick Cannon was funny in that movie.
I love how Nick Cannon was in the movie, yet we all thought Sweetness was Nick Cannon.
Damn.
That was fire.
That was
was
funny as
damn.
hell.
Hey, that's funny as shit because they do look alike and don't look alike at the same time.
I'm
What's that name? What's
saying.
his name? Trey or Trex or something? Not Trex. That's not by nature. Is it Trey? I'm gonna have to IMDb that nigga one day.
Oh shit. I don't remember what that nigga name is.
Nobody
Yeah,
remembers his name.
I can
I'm about
remember
to.
the movie he been in.
I'm about to
but
go
I
on
can't remember
Google
his
right now
name.
and look up the cast of Roll Bounce. Give me a second, man.
His name is Wesley.
Wesley.
That's it. That was it.
I hate the way she just said that.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
knew
Wesley
that
Jonathan.
shit, and I could not think of what it was. Damn, and it's Wesley.
Full name Wesley Jonathan.
That's what it was. He was on MTV, I think.
He looked like Nick Cannon.
It's funny because when I typed Wesley Jonathan, it said Nick Cannon look-alike.
That is so fucked up.
But hold on, because okay, I'm on Google. I'm looking at Nick Cannon's picture because I'm looking at the Cats robot. So looking at this Nick Cannon's picture and I'm looking at Wesley Jonathan, I can see how it's easy to get them confused.
Nigga, I was fucking confused.
I can see how someone can get them confused.
I was bamboozled.
Also, shout out to my baby Journey.
Literally, with the exception of the eyes, they have the exact same fucking face.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Shout out
But
to
you know how we tell them apart, right?
And like I'm like dead ass. Go on Google, look up the Roll Bounce cast, and again look at Nick Cannon's photo and look at Wesley Jonathan.
I can picture his face in the head. I don't even.
The only thing different is the eyes. Outside of that, they might as well be brothers.
Can I add something to that?
Yo, Sweetness had the moves though. Go ahead, Q.
Their father is Dr. Lee from Drumline.
Oh my god.
Orlando Jones.
Because Wesley looks like him, and then Nick Cannon looks like him, but then Nick Cannon look like he has a different mother, and like it's weird as fuck. They all look alike, but don't look alike at the same time.
That's how it be sometimes.
I am a country boy from South Carolina. Crunchy. Shout out to Orlando Jones.
Shout out to Orlando Jones.
Indeed.
All right.
He's married. I just looked him up. He's married to Tamara Mitchell.
To who?
To it's one of the twins. No, Tamara.
Nah.
Am I getting the names mixed up?
Yeah.
Mary.
Ain't Tamara married to a white man?
Tamara's married to a white man.
You're right. Yeah, it's someone
else. She
else.
was crying about that shit. She was like, you was calling me white man's whore, and Tia was looking at her like, bitch. Don't look at me. You bought this on yourself.
Hey, man. Hey, Carlton Banks going through the same shit. He thinks we're talking about his white wife.
I'm like, but nigga, ain't nobody care about your white wife. You better do that dance and shut the fuck up.
Basically, that's the only reason you cool. Your father made you cool, nigga. That was on and off. That was on and offset, nigga.
Oh shit! All right, on to the next topic. Jay-Z or 500K?
500K. You got me fucked up. Fuck Jay-Z.
Give me the 500K. I don't
You
even
know
know
what
why.
I could do with
I would never have dinner with Jay-Z.
500K. You know what I could do with 500K?
What can you do? Reach?
A lot more than paying for dinner for Jay-Z. Why am I paying for dinner for
as much of a Jay-Z fan as I am? I gotta take the money too. I'm sorry,
nigga. If I want to hear what Jay-Z got to say, I go to Apple Music and listen to one of his albums. That's more motivating.
If I do, no, I'm not doing it.
No. That's more if I do say so myself.
But here's my thing: he ain't gonna give good advice for no reason. I mean, you gotta do something.
You got to be in a position to be great.
I just tell people, Jay-Z look at people as competition and see what the fuck he's been through. He's been in the drug game where he traded the top dog to get where he needs to fucking go. So I doubt that Jay-Z is gonna sit there and give you advice when you're not a celebrity. You're nobody.
Can I get my cash today or tomorrow?
That shit is gonna be awkward as shit. Y'all just gonna be sitting across the table from each other eating.
You know,
like shit. I don't know him.
And he petty, and he going order the most expensive meal on there too, and you can't afford the shit.
Why you gonna be like, you gonna pay for that?
Exactly. Like, why don't just get the 500?
Get the fuck up.
I don't even know why this was a topic for real.
I was looking at people's Twitter feeds, really like explain why they would take the dinner over 500K. I'm like, nigga, are y'all really like blinded by this bullshit. Like, I love the music and shit, but I don't give a
But
fuck about these people personally.
No.
but then here's the funny part: if you actually pay attention to Jay-Z's music, all the advice you need is right there.
That's
It
what I
I
is.
tell
said.
people just listen to the story of OJ.
Literally,
That-
the story of OJ is the only song you need.
That's exactly how you can do it. And take the $500K that they give you and do what he said in the song.
You want
And
the
Jay's-
gram smuggling money in
What's
your
on
ear.
the
That's a
title?
disrespect. We don't call that money over here. I love that line.
That's a dope line.
I love that line so much.
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Okay.
I love that line too.
That right there was, when I first heard that, I was like, I cut it off. And I had to restart the entire song. But I had to cut it off. I had to cut it off and take like 30 seconds to register, like, oh my God, he just like went over everybody's head for a second. I know everybody was confused. But they had to go back and watch the actual interview when he said that shit. I'm not black, I'm OJ. He said that shit out loud.
I love how nonchalant that line is too.
Like,
It's just
and yeah,
very nonchalant.
it's
Okay.
like, and then he went and got Johnny Cochran. Nigga, you a black ass motherfucker. Anybody else, I would have went and got Johnny Cochran too. Ain't no white man about to go get Johnny Cochran.
Right.
Oh man. Oh yeah, Dion, to answer your question, there was people like was really giving legit. I don't want to say legit, but they was really giving reasons why you should pick
I
Jay-Z.
saw. I saw all that, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know, again, as someone who's been listening to him pretty much since I was a kid, all the advice in terms of shit you can do with your money and this, that, and the third. Listen to his music. Listen to the shit he talks about in his music.
Mm.
Happy birthday, PlayStation.
That was random.
I didn't know PlayStation was 26 today. I had to say hi to my PlayStation.
That was random as fuck. Since you brought that up, for those who had a PS1, what was the first game you had for that motherfucker?
Twisted Metal 2.
Crash Bandicoot.
The first game I got for the PlayStation actually was not Crash Bandicoot. It was this little hidden gem called Jumping Flash.
Street
Oh no,
Fighter.
was it? It was
either-
Sammy Sosa. I had this Sammy Sosa home run derby something. It was like 4-disc. It was the dumbest shit ever, but it was like a 4-disc game full of bullshit. But it was. I think I had quarterback club. Nigga, I had WWF in your house. That was my first game on PlayStation.
I had the first wrestling game I had was actually what was it called? Warzone?
Oh, that game's
Ew.
That game is trash.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you had to put yourself through that.
Yeah,
that
you
game
lived a
trash.
tragic life, my brother.
It wasn't that bad.
It's a terrible game.
Look, I
The
had
only thing bad about that game, in my opinion, there should have been a lot more playable people.
Dion,
I had Raw is War.
No.
So I can't
No. There's no justifying that game. That game was trash.
That game was trash. The only thing good about it was D'Lo Brown was top tier for some reason, but
because it's D'Lo Brown.
You're looking at the real deal now.
Exactly.
D'Lo
I
Brown
love D'Lo Brown, but D'Lo Brown shouldn't have been top tier.
supposed to be top tier in real life. Let's be real.
But that was my main. It was just like, but that game was trash.
Of course, that was your motherfucking main.
The headbutt was just too mean, man. Come on.
D'Lo, in real life, as a wrestler, D'Lo Brown, I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. Like
he's very underrated, but
yeah, but he's not better than Shelton Benjamin. So
yeah,
he can keep that underrated.
Yeah, Shelton was a beast. Shelton's always been a beast.
He can keep that underrated shit to himself.
And even still, Shelton don't get the respect he deserves. Shit.
That's why I say like Shelton Benjamin is ultimate underrated. So if you're not better than if you're not better than Shelton Benjamin, you can't say you're underrated yet.
I know that 500K is better though, so I'm gonna take it. And then
you know what? You know what's the other one I saw? I saw 500K on One Night with Rihanna. That one really had me thinking though.
I'm still taking the 500K.
Nigga, it said one night with Rihanna. It don't say what you gonna do with Rihanna or if Rihanna's gonna give you some ass. So you just gonna be
Mad as
one
shit.
night.
You gonna be in that hotel
Man,
room with her, just sitting there
Just
again
right.
across
She
the
adver-
table,
Her
just
and
chilling.
ASAP Rocky.
she advertising her Fenty.
It's gonna
I
make you
just
a
want you
model
to know,
for
bro.
50 room.
I just
Right, no
want you to know as
bullshit.
soon as you walk in that room with Rihanna, she's gonna look at you and you're broke. She's gonna have your broke
Nigga,
face.
nigga, ASAP gonna open the door.
I could see her face right now.
With the glasses.
Like this broke ass motherfucker.
I'm taking
I still love
500K.
that one. I don't give a fuck. I still love that
I
woman.
love her too, but I love 500K. Which one
But
don't talk too much?
I'm not gonna, bro.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie to you though.
I'll listen to Rihanna talk. What the fuck?
Nah,
Anyway.
I don't think Rihanna talks a lot. She looks like she stays on red.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying like, why would you take 500K or risk getting cussed out by Rihanna for 12 hours straight? Like, get out of here.
I've seen people get paid to get disrespected. So them getting disrespected.
We're not talking about the paparazzi. We're talking about
I'm talking about like white people that get paid to get disrespected on.
You've heard of a degrading kink, right?
Yeah.
I know what a
That's
kink
what he's
is.
talking about. No,
I call carrying across the kink all the time. I know what a kink is.
No, that question was for Q.
Bro, all I know is if I was in a room with Rihanna, the only request that I have is to rub her forehead because I feel like it got blessings on it.
You might get good luck out of it.
No, I'm telling you, bro. Black women with big foreheads is full of blessings.
You never touch the forehead, bro.
You wrong for that. That's a source of her powers, man. Leave her forehead alone, dog.
You don't touch
ain't no leave her forehead alone. That shit got blessings.
That's a source of her powers, dog. Don't contaminate her. Fuck that.
They need no contamination. I want some of that. I want some of that fucking good luck.
You don't.
I would rub cocoa butter on her forehead. I feel like that would be like special.
Stop making it weird. They got blessings on it.
They cocoa butter on the blessings.
Be like olive, like your grandmother put the blood of Jesus on your forehead with the olive oil.
You gonna do
just like
what?
that.
What you gonna do? Take some cocoa butter in your thumb and do what Rafiki did to Simba the Lion King?
Yes,
exactly. It's exactly what I wanted to do.
Dion, I want you to understand. I don't think you understand. Let me break this down to you.
Oh my God!
Do you remember Pun the Replay, her first fucking single?
Yes, yes.
By
I still
all
have that
intents and
album,
purposes, no, by all intents and purposes, that was the most mid song that ever came out, and she parlayed that to the position she is in now. That motherfucker is blessed. I want some of that forehead. Something in that forehead is working.
I ain't mad. I can dig that. I ain't mad.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask this whole panel a question. If any other woman did Pun the Replay instead of Rihanna, would they be successful right now? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you.
I doubt it.
So.
I highly doubt it.
Thank you. That's blessings.
I still call Dua Lipa white Rihanna because she doesn't follow Rihanna's blueprint.
Well, I feel like if anybody else did run it, they wouldn't be successful either.
I mean, Chris Brown, he just unfair. Chris Brown is unfair.
Oh, you're right because Jason Derulo tried.
Chris Brown can get away with anything, bro. Chris Brown can literally get away with anything.
You know what? Those two, they're the most. They're like weirdly toxic, and then we love it. Like Rihanna is like toxic in the good way. Like she cuts her eye at you in a certain way. It just makes you feel like you're wrong. You don't even know her. You just feel like you did something wrong to her.
I feel like Chris Brown was created the same way the Powerpuff Girls was created. God put a little bit too much talent in that nigga.
And then splash it with Chemical X.
You love it with your dick.
Chris Brown.
Abundance of talent.
Chris Brown is somebody you can't beat in a versus.
I think Michael Jackson could beat him in the verses, but that's just.
Let's talk about people who are actually alive. No disrespect intended, but let's talk about people who are actually alive and can possibly do one with him.
Hey, let's talk about my Cowboys about to win.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, let me hold on because my girl watching the game in the living room. I came in the bedroom to talk to y'all niggas.
Honestly, Chris Brown got to do one with Rihanna. That's the verses that we all.
That is the pettiest shit you have ever said. Oh
They-
my god.
See, now the last time, nah,
That was great. That's beautiful, and
stop.
I second that motion.
I want to be in a room with that one. Like I
I
ain't
don't
want to
even
be
know.
in the
Can they
same
be
room
in the
with.
same room together?
Hey,
I
can you
mean,
make
they still. I mean, they cool with each other. They all cool.
Yeah,
I don't
can it
want to
be,
be in a room with Gucci Man and Jeezy. That one look like it's about to pop off. But
bruh,
this
Can
one,
it be at
yeah.
can it be at a Ferrari dealership?
oh no, oh no.
Right.
Oh shit!
Stop.
You ain't
Say
shit.
this.
You
I'm
ain't
You
shit.
sorry.
really ain't.
I'm,
Oh no. Just no.
oh man, I'm sorry. That's funny.
Okay. So I guess we all agreed that we're taking the 500K over a dinner with Jay Z.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Title
Yeah.
said the same thing. Take the 500K. So all y'all that said dinner with Jay Z, y'all some true fans, but I think nah. On to the next topic. This one I seen, and I don't know. I wanted y'all opinion on this. I think y'all seen it too. It was a story. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was like, this woman. She was with her husband, and he paid all the bills. But come to find out, the woman owned the house that they was paying for, and he been paying the bills
I
to her.
saw that shit.
Yeah, I saw it as well.
Yeah.
That happens
So
all the time.
really, that's the first time it
Did
ever
you just
happened.
say? Wait, hold on. Did you just say this is a common occurrence?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Please
Explain.
explain.
Wait, no,
Explain.
hold on. We gotta talk about this.
No, Crystal, please
Well,
explain.
that's why
I
it's a
just need
topic,
to
Dion.
know.
Explain. I know. This is what they fucking do.
I'm about to say I thought this was a podcast to talk about it.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm listening. I'm listening, Crystal.
I'm gonna get my ass whooped.
You ain't gotta say no names.
I hope to God that none of my family members are listening to this. But this is the typical shit that they do. It's fraudulent. And it happens a lot. And the reason for it is so that sometimes in situations where if they feel like they can't pay the taxes on the house or whatever the case is, they can pull out the equity under someone else's name if needed. So to go into it fully, let's just say that some people, when they don't realize how to do paperwork and what's really going on with the lady and finding out really what she's up to, she can easily swindle you and put you in a situation where you're in debt and she's not.
Damn.
Shit.
Lord
Damn.
Jesus,
I
help
think
us.
I know too much, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. But go on with the
You know too
story.
much.
And
Yo,
see,
because when I heard that story, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. This man thinking he like head a household and all that other shit. And yet you paying her the money. And then the question I got, what is she doing with that money? And two, is this even in his name? Because I don't think that's building his credit. It's more or less building her credit.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's just
Bingo.
helping
Got it.
her.
But they're married, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. He needs to look into his own he needs to do a background check on his own self and see what credit sheets opened up under his name. And also what he has in his name that he has no idea about. That has to deal with the house.
I
And
just
his
want
house.
to. I just want to say real quick. This is why marriage is quickly becoming something that a lot of people don't want in this country, in this society, because shit like that. Like, there's a lot of people that run finesse games off fucking just being married. You know what I'm saying? You think you in love with a motherfucker? No, you just a liability. You just a means to an end. That's crazy.
Shit, I just read a story. It was this chick in India, locking up with her, found out she within the span of I think 2 years tricked like 8 different men into marrying her and robbed them motherfuckers blind. Made off with money, jewelry, and some more shit.
That, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. And sometimes the guys don't even know that this woman's going to divorce them. So say she's doing that, right? And she's in the States instead, right? Now, she's like, oh, I'm going on vacation. She can easily go to the next state, right? Write that this guy's deceased, show proof that he's deceased in another state, and be like, well, we
Like
have
forge a death certificate or something like that, right?
exactly in another state. You cannot be in the same state when you do this, by the way. You can make up some damn story about him moving away or leaving you or whatever, or death, period. So if you can claim that he's dead, she can easily get divorced with no penalties and take everything.
Wow, I just learned something new.
Bro, you know, like
Women are smarter than men.
Bro, I know.
It's not that women are smarter than men, even though I do say that. It's that sometimes we just don't pay attention to shit. Women, they'll pay attention to fine details.
It's two things. It's two things. Like you said, it's not necessarily that women are smarter. It's just people don't pay attention to certain shit.
They really don't.
I just literally said.
And for two,
I just literally said.
No, hold on. And here's the other part. Here's the other part to this. Hold on, hear me out though. Here's the other part to this though.
I just got Pootie tag.
Nah, but hold on. Hear me out though. We live in a society where, I'm sorry, the legal system tends to favor women, even when the woman is clearly in the goddamn wrong. So what happens a lot is when a woman says something, a judge or whatever the case may be is just going to take her word for it and go from there.
That is a gross oversimplification. I just want you to know. That is a very gross oversimplification.
But that's what the fuck happens a lot of times.
It's not, yeah, it happens a lot of times, but that doesn't mean that it's the standard.
As often as it occurs, it may as well be.
No, that's not what a standard is, though. If it's a standard, that means that in most cases, then it will favor the woman. But it's not that it favors the women in most cases. It's just women have more of a reason to be crafty and to actually pay more attention because they usually get the short end of the stick. That's why the roles are changing now. That's why nowadays there really is no such thing as man of the house, because the man of the house is whoever's making the most money.
Exactly.
True.
That's why I'm saying it's a gross oversimplification, because not every situation is going to be that, cut and dry, unless the woman in that situation knows what the fuck she's doing and can turn it around on the nigga.
Can't argue with that.
I'm sorry you got Pootie Tang, right?
It's levels to the show.
I swear I was back here laughing.
You.
I need to see that movie again, Pootie Tang. I need to see that movie.
It's on Netflix.
Ray was Chris Rock. Oh my god.
I need to watch that again.
The only time you'll see one that's like in that form is that movie.
Mm. Yeah, but it's different levels to the type of women. So, for instance, if you got a girl that's not really keeping you up Q on what's going on, she's doing little stuff here and there. You might get $50 taken or whatever. No biggie. But the ones that, keep you on the up and up and you still don't know what the fuck's going on now, that's dangerous.
If she's telling you certain stuff and you still or not,
she owns the fucking house, be careful.
At what point is that on your head, though? At what point is that on our heads, though, as men? When she's telling us certain shit, the signs of XYZ are obvious or whatever, and, we don't do shit. We don't. At what point is, okay, you can't fault her as a woman for doing this, that, and the third. That's on me as a man.
Who said you can't?
That's what I'm about to say, nigga. Like, hey, we gotta double check. The women double check our shit just as well as we should be double checking them.
If you're not on your job, then you should be called out for it, no matter what gender you are.
Basically.
And one way to tell if the woman's genuine or not, it doesn't always fucking work, but for the majority of the time, it does. If she's willing to tell you exactly where she's at, what she's doing, what she's accomplished, and how y'all two can make it together. If she's always including you in something that's beneficial, then you know she ain't trying to, fuck you over with paperwork. But most of the fucking time, if she's secretive, ain't telling you shit where she's at and stuff like that, watch your motherfucking. I'm sorry. I'm replaying stories in my head with other people. That's
You're
all.
right though. Everything you're saying is right though. That's the thing.
Crystal about to have flashbacks on people she done cursed out.
No, I'm thinking about my fucking uncle. Like, he came into the family, married my aunt, and fuck. That's why anybody I can tell, like, yo, make sure
What, y'all screwed them over pretty bad, huh?
let's just say he still can't buy a house. Look, just take my word.
Dang, you gotta lower that man credit score. He can't afford to breathe. What the?
So what I think it is, so to your point, Crystal, I think what it really is too is that there's a lot of motherfucking shit that we have to know as adults. And with that, we get overwhelmed, especially men. Because men, we carry a lot of the burden. We're the ones that's supposed to be the hunters out here. We're the ones that's supposed to have our shit together. We're the ones that got to have our finances right. We're the ones that got to have a good job and make sure that we keep that job and that job is secure. So whatever happens, we'll be able to pay for whatever emergencies come up. There's a lot of burden on men as it is. So I feel like with that burden, it's easy for women who have malicious intent to actually act on it, because we won't be looking for those signs because we are too busy holding the burden. You know what I'm saying? And there's one thing I also want to say, because as I say this, there's a lot of people that believe, well, men created the system, so women are just taking advantage. It's like, bro, that's a lazy fucking argument, because number one, most of the men that are subject to the system didn't create it in the first place. Number two, it's not a male female issue, it's a class issue. Wealthy fucking white men created the system that we are all subject to. So if they have the influence to say, okay, the interest rate is this, and this is what you can do when you have a house, this is what you can do when you have this amount of income. If they're the ones that are making the rules, we are subject to it unless we take our bags and we move to another fucking country, to a place where it's more flexible. That's why you don't even really hear cases like that when you go to other countries, unless they have a system as rigid as this one. So I just want to put that out there, because there's a lot of people that say that shit, and I have to shut that shit down every time, because lazy people make it a fucking gender issue.
Because it's easy to do. You don't really have to think.
Yeah. Men, patriarchy, so therefore evil. I'm like, okay, all right.
All right.
You're saying that shit with a fucking 3-week-old manicure on my face, saying that shit. Shut the fuck
up. All right. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Men, protect yourselves. Women, damn.
See, this does remind me of something that once happened to me. And okay, so when I first left the Marine Corps, I ended up back in New York for a little while. After a while of job searching and not finding nothing, I ended up back in North Carolina, found a gig out there, ended up moving in with I don't know what to refer to her as, honestly, but my I guess roommate, whatever, she was a female. This was someone who, yeah, there was something between us a long ass time ago, but that's neither here nor there. But what ends up happening, as time progresses, I'm paying her rent or whatever, and I'm just worried about, okay, me getting to work, me doing whatever. I'm not thinking about what's going on with that rent money at the time. I'm 22, 23 at the time. It's certain shit that I'm just not fucking concerned about, Come to find out, she wasn't paying shit with the money I gave her. and goddamn. By the time I knew any of the shit she was doing with that money, there was already an eviction notice ready. So she done went off and did XYZ. I couldn't afford to maintain the place by myself. Had it not been for some friends of mine, I would have pretty much been I would have been out on the street at that time. So it's just yeah.
And you said you didn't
Cover your bases when it comes to certain shit.
You
This
said
is.
you didn't. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Crystal. Go ahead, Crystal.
No, it's me being petty. I know you're more serious. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say. Well, this is why. If you know someone is not that good with money and they need to pay stuff, don't give them the money. I said, let them give you the bill. If they really, really want it paid, they will give you the bill. If they just asking for the
Again,
money, don't give them the money.
I
I
mean,
learned that lesson the hard way too, where someone
yeah.
said they need the
I
bill
mean, to
paid.
be fair, again, young as shit at the time. I'm like 20. I'm like 22, 23 at the time when all this is going on. It's just
Hold on. For
I'm not.
reference, real quick, just for reference, Dion, I just want to ask you this. Now, in the situation that you were in, were you educated formally on how to manage your money at that time?
Not really.
They see that's all I wanted to say, because another burden is that we as people, we are not educated on how to actually manage money, because there are so many fucking ways to lose money, and there's so many difficult ways to get it back. You know what I'm saying? So especially at that young age where we're not educated on that shit, it creates a lot of inadequacy when it comes to financial literacy by design.
Yeah. I mean, but then I'm not gonna while I'm not gonna go into graphic details on certain things. I was getting money from different things. I had a job along with two other things I had going on that I was getting money from. So it wasn't shit, because I would pay that rent money, and then I still had money to go off and do God knows whatever the fuck I wanted to do, and then I still have people left over. At that time, up until the situation happened where she abandoned the apartment and left me there was never a situation where I was just outright broke. I always had money.
Moral of
Right?
the story is, no, I'm just gonna say, moral of the story is, having a lot of money does not mean you're wealthy.
True. Security is a motherfucker.
And always act broke.
Yes.
If it's a new relationship, always act broke, because then you see the real side of people come out in ways that you could never fucking imagine. So yeah.
Ooh-wee.
One day, if you just really want to fuck with somebody's brain, just be like, yo, I can't pay rent. And see what the fuck they do.
That's the beauty of where I'm at now, because when me and lady I'm with now first got together, I didn't have to act. Like, I was legit, like, I ain't have shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man,
There was no acting broke. I was broke. I ain't had shit.
I'm gonna keep saying it. This is why I love being West African, because I just say no, and it's so simple for me.
You know what I found out about Africa, but specifically Nigeria? I don't know if it's in Ghana too. You can pay rent up to a full year and they won't touch you. And rent out there is like what, 600, 1,000?
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm like, why am I still here? You can pay 1,000 out there and live in a fucking mini mansion and shit like that.
Yeah.
For a whole year.
I'm over Africa. What
Don't
the
waste
fuck?
your fucking time.
I'm over Africa.
Yo,
Fuck
your
this
money.
shit.
Yeah, your money stretches very, very, very far in Africa.
And I saw the houses. Oh my god. Okay, I'm getting carried away. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If you date me, I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna go to Africa, find me a job, but I'm gonna move to that motherfucker. Fuck the bullshit, man. Come on.
You better be qualified.
Shit.
Now I'm so serious because when it comes to
I'll do some digging. I'll find something, damn it.
because like when it comes to development in Africa, that is actually something that they take very seriously there. So a lot of people
Yeah.
go over there and just be like, hey, it's Africa, people are dumb, I'm like, nah, bro, they will humble your ass real motherfucking quick. Like certain people had to come back to the United States because they thought it was a game out there. So it's not a game, bro. You better come. It's like you better have money, and you better like have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan in a developing country like that, your shit's gonna get fucked up. You're gonna be roped into some shit, and it's gonna be very hard for you to find your footing.
And you better know how to do some shit.
You know what I'm saying? And like also, and I also stress this: learn the culture. For the love of God, learn the culture. And I say this because Africa is super motherfucking diverse. In my country alone, there's so many ethnic groups. Nigeria has so many ethnic groups. They have over 100 languages over there. Like, it's not monolithic at all. There's so many there's so many different types of people in these countries. So learn the culture. And I think Ray's thing is acting up because he hasn't said anything in a while.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if he like not by his shit or what.
Hello, no.
Okay, there you go.
We got
I was listening the whole time. I was like, I hope my shit ain't acting up. That's it.
Oh, I thought you was getting jitsi. My bad.
It happens very once in a while. But on to the next topic. Also, Where's the Live by Father. Thank you. Damn it. Let me go back to the list. Oh yeah. Father kind of like brought this up the last time we was talking. I thought it'd be a great idea to bring this to the podcast. When was the last time y'all was ever excited about like anything that was like basically what was the last time y'all was ever excited about anything that was like coming up, like whether it was movies or whether it's like video games or it's just like something special like a family reunion? When was the last time y'all was ever excited about something?
Well, for me personally, it's two things that are coming up. I am hyped as hell for the Venom sequel. Let There Be Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I just want to see what they do with Carnage. I'm just excited to see what the fuck they do with Carnage. And also the fact that Woody Harrelson is playing Carnage.
Yeah.
But I know I just yelled, I'm sorry. But aside from that, Woody Harrelson is one of my favorite actors.
It's crazy. Wasn't his father a serial killer? He's about to play one again.
I never heard no information like that.
Right.
Oh, you didn't know? No, for real. This is not a conspiracy. Well known. Like his father was a serial killer in real life.
That explains a few of his movie roles. That explains a lot about his movie roles. And then, my favorite movie of his is always going to be Natural Born Killers. And now I understand why he played that part so fucking well.
Oh man, you know what I heard about Natural Born Killers? There was someone that actually reenacted everything they did in that movie.
I heard something like that too, but I don't know details on the story.
There's a whole I gotta find it, but there was a whole case on that and everything where he was just doing everything they was doing in Natural Born Killers. That shit was like creepy and shit. Because they loved that movie.
I mean, hey, wasn't there someone who was mimicking the shit Edgar Allan Poe was talking about in like his poems and his stories and shit?
I haven't heard no story about that, but it wouldn't be too far off.
All I'm going to say is, for those who are not familiar with anything related to Edgar Allan Poe, that man was sick. But that's neither here nor there.
He was a product of his environment.
So was Shakespeare, but no one really admits that. Shakespeare was really sick in the head, too.
Yeah, Shakespeare was fucked up, but again,
Shakespeare like young
we're
pussy.
going
That
off
was his issue.
topic. We're going off topic. The other thing I was going to say is, come November, and this is, I'm a big ass nerd. I'm a big ass Pokemon fan. We're finally getting remakes of Gen 4 Diamond and Pearl come November, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So those are the two main things that I've been like hyped up about recently. The Venom sequel and the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes that are due out in November. Let There Be Carnage hits, I believe, October 1st.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'd say the same thing with Venom, and yeah, the last time was today when I saw the full Matrix trailer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that too. I want to
That
see
was
more
on
though, because I
mine.
know there's more trailers to come for that. I know there's
Yeah,
only
because
more
the way
trailers
the
to come for
third
that.
one ended, like the way the third one ended, and
Right.
the way this trailer is playing out, I'm like, yep, yeah,
Right.
it better
Exactly.
go that way. So
They're picking up where they left off more or less. Because with the Matrix, there's too many possibilities.
yeah, because
Bro.
when I saw the trailer, it showed because his eyes got burnt out in the third one.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So in the trailer, when it was consistent because I was afraid they might change something. It was consistent. His eyes were burnt out, and this was a new shot. This wasn't from the old movies, so it's continuing. And I just wanted to be sure because I ain't want to
I didn't
ruin
even
it.
peep that. I just watched the trailer. I ain't even peep that.
You gotta slow that part down. You see, like it's healing. It's healed over. It's just spots in where the eye should be. Like the skin is scarred over, and you can see it's been years because it was fresh when he died in the last one.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
So is that black
clearly
dude
he's
playing
plugged back in.
Morpheus? So
Oh yeah, he is. He is.
my sister was mad about that.
Yeah.
But I told him like Lawrence Fishburne is like 80 years old.
I'm about to say he can't be doing all that no more.
Exactly.
He's good. He got it. Let him rest.
I was about to say,
and he killed it, yo. His fight scenes were the best.
Yeah.
With the twins in the first movie when he was fighting Smith before they caught him, all that. Like his fight scenes were the best.
Yeah.
So it was disappointing, but I'm like, the age hit him, so I'm like, I understand. I like the other actor too.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him play Black what do you call it? Black Manta and Aquaman, I was like, all right, he got it.
Hey.
Not gonna lie, Morpheus had my favorite line in all of the Matrix movies was "Stop trying to hit me and hit me."
Yeah.
Like, come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Nah, Morpheus in general had so many quotables in the first movie. Like he was actually spitting real shit. Like
he was
real shit.
He's arguably the best character in the whole series, aside from Keanu's characters.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, honestly, if you really look at it, Keanu character is very bland.
Nah,
Keanu and everything.
I can see
That's
that.
why.
I mean, I can see it too.
He fits the role. It's perfect for him, but he's Keanu and everything.
Yeah. But that's the point. He was supposed to be bland because it was a brand new motherfucking world he was entering.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, but he's talking about all of them though. Like most of his roles, he kind of plays Keanu in all of them.
In Hardball, that's like to me, Hardball's like one of his most expressive roles in Hardball.
Yeah, it was like right after the Matrix too.
Yeah, it was right after the Matrix.
But then here's the thing: what you said about that's just Keanu being Keanu.
Yeah.
He seems. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess you could say just like quiet, laid back, whatever. Like.
No, he's
that's
nonchalant. He's not.
That's
he doesn't overtly show his emotions. His emotions are more like subtle.
Right, like
his emotions are.
That's him for real. So
you could tell his emotions, but you can't feel it.
Them characters he plays when he's just, it seems like okay, he's not doing much, he's not saying much. That's him in real life. You You can't fault Keanu Reeves for being Keanu Reeves.
He couldn't even stay in a band because every time he played, all the females will be on his side of the stage. The whole band playing, but all of them will flock to the other side of the stage where he's standing to watch him play.
For them. They didn't
You know they came there for Keanu.
For Keanu, yeah. So he couldn't even be in a band properly. So it makes sense, you know.
You can't be angry at Keanu Reeves for being Keanu Reeves.
It's like
that's recently that was the thing I was excited about.
Anyone else?
It's nothing for me, honestly. I'm not excited about anything. Like, what's going on? I know the PlayStation shit happened, bro. Like the PlayStation shit happened, and I didn't know until the day of, and I had absolutely no feeling whatsoever.
I still gotta watch that.
I'm curious about the Wolverine video game. I'm curious about that,
bro. Like,
I'm not excited, but I'm curious.
Yeah, but it's Wolverine.
I want to see more.
Bro, I've been seeing Wolverine for like 25 fucking years, bro. That ain't hype to me.
But then see, that's the thing. What's different? What's going to be different about this as to, everything else we've seen from, like, the cartoons and the movies and this and the third. What's going to be different?
I mean, that's true too, but you find out when you play it.
I mean, it's just like, damn, we just watched him die in Logan a couple of years ago. Like,
ain't nobody. I'm not worried about no Logan. It's a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's a video game. It's Wolverine. You get to hack and slash. Like, nigga, I'll play Marvel vs. Capcom if I want to do that.
I think they're trying to keep him relevant for his return in the Marvel movies since Disney got Fox now.
I mean, they don't have to go that far, though.
Yeah, no, but at the same time,
they'll do that. They'll go that far.
See,
keep him in your mind because you think he's gone since Hugh Jackman isn't coming back. So keep the character alive in any form you can until you get that product.
That mantle, though, who's gonna take up playing Wolverine in the MCU?
Look, man, they can have like.
I'm sure there are plenty of people jumping at the chance to do that.
If they have so many people play James Bond, someone else can play Logan.
Bro, yeah, I think Wolverine is going to be fine. People are way too overhyped about Hugh Jackman. And I know that Hugh Jackman has been Wolverine for the longest time, but this is the MCU we're talking about.
Yeah,
like,
and he's too tall. That was one of the biggest complaints. He's too tall.
For me, it's just the fact that Hugh Jackman fit that role entirely too well.
I mean, we could say the same thing about fucking Iron Man. I always said Iron Man is playing Robert Downey Jr., not the other way around. Iron Man is playing Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is not playing Iron Man.
But then, see, and I think Ray will agree with me on this. It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
he
I'm saying?
lived the life of Tony Stark. Like, it's like they were living the same life at the same time.
For the role of Iron Man
Exactly. They asked the director. They asked Jon Favreau, like, why'd you do it? He was like, it's basically the same dude.
Right. Damn near the same backstory, struggling with the drugs and alcohol and the women and XYZ. And just let things come back.
No, but see, like, for me, I think what it is, it's just like, when it comes to media nowadays, everybody's a motherfucking critic. And I'm so tired of people having think pieces about shit they don't watch. I'm so tired of people criticizing when they're not the ones doing it. I'm so tired of this culture where everything has got to be perfect and everything has got to be optimized and shit. Like, there's no soul anymore. So I don't feel shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to video games, the soul is gone. When it comes to a lot of these movies that are coming out, the soul is gone. Music, it's still there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, if I want to get the feeling back, I got to go to the indies. You know what I'm saying? I got to go to people. I got to go to fans making projects instead of, AAA budgeted movies that, they only really doing it for that big ass check and to have that big ass marketing scheme that they put on so people can have it trending on Twitter and everybody can, know what the fuck this is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of shit that's coming out is fucking soulless. Like, I don't feel the shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? So That's why I really don't be getting excited for shit no more. It just feel like everything is done for clout. Everything is just done for the sake of you being like, oh man, I seen this. You know, that you there for the experience. You there just to say that you was there. You're not there to feel anything. You're not there to fucking immerse yourself. You're not there to feel any of the fucking shit that they're actually trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's why I be consuming media. I consume media to actually fucking learn something. That's why the Matrix, like, I fuck with the Matrix because that shit actually taught me a lot. And you know, it's funny because the Matrix it actually takes heavily from one of my favorite movies of all time, Ghost in the Shell. And I like Ray knows this. That is my favorite movie of all time, whatsoever, hands down. So
Yeah.
you know, I always talk about that movie because it actually fucking means something to me. Like it's very close to my heart because it actually fucking changed my life. And that's why I fucking consume media. But nowadays, it just feel like they don't do that shit no more.
To me, it's a documentary.
You know?
If I can add to that, I think part of it too, as much as okay, so we're gonna take the Matrix out of it, but a part of that, I feel like it's because it's not a lot of stuff out there that's original anymore. We're doing a lot of remakes, we're doing a lot of sequels, prequels, we're doing a lot of shit in live action. I mean, if we're gonna take, I mean, Disney is gonna be Disney. Disney do Disney things, but like for example, The Lion King. You know what I'm saying? It was almost shot for shot the same movie. What's the point of that? Why release something that you've already done? So I think part of that kind of emotion or that soul that's gone from it is because honestly, you've already experienced it. You've already been through it. You already know, and nobody's coming up with anything new.
Yeah, I was in film school back in 2011, and I was basically taught that this was going to happen.
That people's gonna run ideas.
They were like, because there's a business. Okay, I had a business and writing class, so basically the business side of being a screenwriter, and you got to learn these things if you're going to go into the world of it. So if your shit gets shot down because the studio says, oh no, because we want to make a sequel to this or that, or another version of this, another adaptation of that, you're going to get a lot of those more than your own creation. So we had to be prepared for that. So he knew that was coming. He knew what was up in the slate for years to come. So he basically taught us, like, look for this. They're going to start making movies based on board games and old cartoons. Watch. And next to you know, Battleship comes out. You know? Transformers already beat that, but you know. They said they're going to do a Candyland. They're going to do Chutes and Ladders somehow. They're doing all. Watch. It's going to come. Because everything he said has come out.
It's gonna be a horror movie.
Nah, you know what's gonna be a fucking horror movie? Connect 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit.
No, that's gonna be directed by Michael Bay.
Oh shit, the black one.
He needs to stop, yo. He got to go back to shooting car commercials.
Oh.
All right.
And what? Let me guess. Uno's an action movie.
No, I'm curious. Now I have to.
No. Uno's gonna be a horror movie. Uno's gonna be a horror movie.
Uno ain't gonna be no motherfucking horror movie.
That shit gonna be it's gonna be a sinful
classic. That's gonna be a black movie. Watch.
Nah, nigga,
another black trauma flick.
Spades is the hood classic, man. Spades is gonna be like
The game of life. The game of life, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, speaking of Hugh Jackman, my bad. Speaking of Hugh Jackman, another example. What was that movie he did with the robots that was fighting in the ring?
Real Steel.
Okay, that's based on Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It's
I actually like that movie.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying if it was bad or good. I'm just saying that's an example, and that was way after film school when that movie came out because he told us this was happening. He gave that example on a list on the board, and that came out.
That man is smart.
I can see the comparisons though, the Rock'em Sock'em shit. I can see that.
Oh yeah, you can look it up. It's based on it. It's crazy,
bro.
What was that anime? I was thinking the more that anime with the metal bots be like. I think that's what it's called too. Metal bots.
Metabots. It was called Metabots or some shit like that. If you're thinking of
Metabots. That's what I was thinking of when I look at Real Steel.
Mm.
But Rock'em Sock'em Robots is around the same thing too. It's especially since like he controlled the his boxer and then like was just whipping ass. It was just like, yeah, I understand.
Nah, fuck that, bro. When's the Sock'em Boppers movie coming out?
Soccer boppers.
What?
More fun than the pillow fight. It's,
That's gonna be one of them underground fighting things like Never Back Down or some bullshit like that.
or KOF.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know that movie. Or any other like fighting game movie that be coming out, like Street Fighter, Legend, Chun-Li. I hated that one.
Oh my god, that was
I didn't
abysmal.
even bother with that.
I saw that. Oh my god, that was abysmal.
I will
Oh,
say,
man.
I saw it, and I will say the only kind of real redeeming quality of the movie was the casting. I thought they did a good job with the casting.
The casting was okay, I guess, but the story and the movie itself are utter fucking trash. Isn't the word?
I mean, yeah, look at the country it was made in. Of course, they're
Nick,
not gonna
why was Charlie played by fucking Bucky Barnes? That's all I wanted to know.
No.
I hated that movie. It was funny because like I was in the movie theaters. I had the choice to see that one or Medea's Family Reunion. I theater hopped both of them. So yeah, I fucking snuck out that just to go sneak back into Medea's Family Reunion.
I understand. I understand that. You felt bad watching either one of them.
Yeah, it was like, and I theater hopped a lot during them days, and nobody ever caught me. It was just like, I want my money back.
The Family Reunion was good. I didn't care for the second one. I think the first one was alright. I didn't care for the second one.
Second one, what?
The second, my bad. I'm thinking of Halloween movies. My bad. Never mind. The Medea Halloween joints.
Oh, bull. The second one is actually pretty funny.
I think the first one was better. They were both decent, but the first one was better.
Why are you bringing up these movies?
Because we can.
Nah, but I think the last time I got excited for anything, except for the Cowboys trying to go to Super Bowl every year, and then like they disappoint me.
Shut up. We just lost.
You know, you and I are both in that damn.
Yeah, I know. The people Stephen A. Smith love to hate.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII, I think. The remake. That's one I really actually that whole year I was like
I still need to
for a lot
finish
of
that
things.
game. I have that. I still need to finish that game.
That game, and like that one actually met my expectations because when I played it, I fucking fell in love with that. As far as movies, I want to say Avengers, and the opposite of that was like Coming to America 2, because I didn't want that movie made, but I watched it anyway. But
Abomination.
it wasn't an abomination. Like it just shouldn't have been made. I will admit to that.
It was a musical. Why was it called Coming to America if they were in Zamunda?
Because it's the title. You gotta know the title.
It should have been like Coming Home,
Bruh. Eddie Murphy did that shit for a check.
Or Coming from America or some shit like that.
Coming to Zamunda.
Them niggas did that shit for a fucking check.
Like, why would you disrespect that shit? Like, I hate part twos. I've always hated that.
The only exception was Bad Boys for Life, because Bad Boys for Life was actually good. I enjoyed it.
Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3 was great. Friday 1, 2, and 3 was great. Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3 was great. It's like, okay.
Right.
John Wick 1, 2, and 3 was great. All right. I don't know. I don't like. I think the gap, the time gap that these movies are made ruins the movie.
I feel like that's something that warrants discussion too. Can we at what point is it too long to do a sequel to a movie?
When the generation
technically it's never too long. Technically.
I mean, it
It
depends on
depends. For me, it depends on not just the time between the movies, but exactly where you take the story.
Yeah, that's what it
It
is.
Yeah.
depends on the movie. Like you were never supposed to redo How High. Like that was just
That's
stupid.
true. That's true.
That was
I agree.
stupid because it's a different generation. We don't even move the same way. Like
I agree.
so, it really depends on the movie and if that movie because the generation, you know, shit changes over time.
Right.
And the further you wait for a movie to be remade, the it's going to be then there's really going to be this movie is nothing like the old one. That's why Coming to America was so terrible because Coming to America originally came out in like 89, 90.
88. Came out in
Exactly.
88.
Oof.
I think barely any of us on here was born. A couple of us was probably born because y'all old, but still.
Well, shit.
You just not gonna.
Yeah,
You just not
Now,
gonna
the
sneak.
one
You
movie
just
that
not gonna sneak that shit in there.
He
like that
just
was just
slid that one right
yeah,
under there. Just,
Slid
that was
that shit
cool.
in there. You ain't
woo.
It
shit.
was cool. It was real cool. But yeah, I'm just saying, like it was a different era in '88 than it is in 2020. Like
They
so,
can't even make the same jokes they was making back in '88. You
hell
watch
no,
Raw. You
man.
watch fucking Delirious and Raw now. You gonna get fucking canceled.
Man, put it this way. They I was upset when they tried to redo Boomerang. Like, no, nigga.
Oh, I didn't even watch that. I didn't even watch
I
No,
that.
didn't know
nigga.
there was a remake to Boomerang.
It was a TV show. It was stupid. It was the worst shit
Oh,
ever.
Lena Waithe. Honestly, I think Lena Waithe was behind that one too.
that's probably why I didn't hear about the shit.
That woman is just trying to monopolize black trauma. I swear.
That's it.
But one movie that I will say, despite the amount of time it took for the sequel to come out, it was actually worth the wait. Incredibles 2.
Yes, I agree.
That's a cartoon. Well, yeah, okay, I understand. But that wasn't that
A
long.
cartoon.
You can't.
No, because I
But
had the same thing about Incredibles 2, the same thing about Come to America 2. I felt like it didn't need a sequel, but that one it shut me up. That one did it.
but it's
Um,
easier. It's easier
Yeah,
to
it's
do that
easier to get away with it when
in
it's a
movies.
cartoon.
It's a cartoon. This is not live action. You can't. It's easier to do that. You can pick up on a story if you're drawing it. It's
I,
weird.
I mean, you can keep the realism. I mean,
no,
they could have
because
kept
a
the
lot of people
realism.
do not
Jack
like
Jack could have been in
okay,
preschool or whatever, you know.
no, because a lot of people don't like Dragon Ball Super, and that story was been told many
I
a
mean,
times.
I'm not. Yeah, it was. I'm just saying, like, just as far as like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's different when it's a movie like Dumb and Dumber, like they kind like The Mask too was like the worst shit ever. Fucking like, who the fuck told Jamie Kennedy?
That one actually was because at the time Jim Carrey did not like doing sequels. That was his rule. He
He
only
was
did it
smart.
once.
Jim
He,
Carrey
He
is a
only did it
madman.
once, and then eventually he did it for Dumb and Dumber 2. But
Yeah,
he
because
only did it for Ace Ventura, and that was it
yeah,
for a long time.
and that is a clear reason why. Because
Mhm.
it's rare that you can make a sequel and it comes out to be great. It really has to be like
Dark Knight.
yeah.
You want to know what's funny? Because uh, my prime example for a sequel being better than the original will always be Toy Story. I think Toy Story 2 shits on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Full bias.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's how
I
you
ain't mad at
motherfucking
it.
do a sequel.
I ain't mad at it.
it's
That's my
again.
favorite out of all of them. I
I'm
know the
glad
third one, for me,
that
the third
y'all
one was better,
laughing.
but the
It's
second
funny
was
because
like,
it's
No,
true.
nigga, it's clear as day. The perfect example for a part two being better than the first one is Bad Boys 2.
I will also agree.
Ooh,
Bad Boys 1
I said Spider Man
Bad Boys
yes.
1
too.
was
I
Bad
said
Boys 1 was
Well, which Spider-Man 2?
Sam Raimi, the Raimi films, the Tobey Maguire
early
Spider Man.
2000s,
Yeah,
2000,
yeah, okay,
early
okay, okay.
2000s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yo,
yeah. I had to.
I
I had a brain
No,
fart.
hold on,
Sorry.
wait, no. I have to think about that. Can I get a second to think about that for a second? Just hold on. All right, okay, yeah, you might got it.
Yeah,
With Doc
3 was terrible. 3 is the worst one, but 2.
No. Come
Three,
on, man.
three
You
was
can't. Part one was just
three wasn't
legendary, man.
Three wasn't like flat out abysmal. 3 was
What?
Oh,
good, but could have been better.
What?
it messed up because he was fighting with the studio, Sam Raimi. He was arguing, he got fed up, so he just threw bullshit in. Like some parts he focused on, some he didn't, so he would get hired if it did make money again for a fourth one, which he was going to do. And as soon as he changed his mind, they casted what's his name to do Amazing Spider-Man. They just rebooted it
Andrew
because he
Garfield.
decided not to. Yeah.
Come on, man.
That is so
Fan
fucking
cast.
petty.
The things that happen behind the scenes in movies, and when you ask why in that movie, and sometimes I wanted to say this too, when you ask why sometimes there's a gap between sequels and shit, it's because it's behind the scenes. Sometimes
Yeah,
the actors,
politics.
sometimes it's even the producers and because I know when I was in film school, if you think they're bad in real life, imagine them as students. These producers, like they made one of my classmates actually quit halfway because they fucked up his script.
Yo.
He was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. If this is how it is, I'm not doing this. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm going full Jackie Chan. I'll just do all of it myself. I'm not dealing with these dudes fucking up my script. Yo, they better pay me good money
Yo,
if they're
shout
gonna
out to
do
Jackie
that.
Chan for being independent, though. That
Jackie
man
Chan
really
is the
does his
man.
own shit.
Jackie Chan is the man.
And they don't even have to be good. They just have to be entertaining. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Jackie Chan is one of the goats.
Also, I'm not excited for that Cowboy Bebop, so I don't know about y'all.
No way. That shit
Wait,
pissed me off, man.
what about
I'm not
Cowboy
excited.
Bebop?
It's having a live action movie. And
Oh,
I'm like,
No, it's a show.
Oh,
It's a
hell
show.
no.
It's a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
it's a
Who
It's a
movie.
too
cares?
much.
movie.
That's
Oh,
what it
even
is.
Who cares?
worse.
It's a live
Yeah, I'm not
it's a live
excited.
Yeah.
action
I'm not.
adaptation of an anime.
Netflix has been doing this for a while, and it's
Exactly.
been
Throw it
annoying.
away. Throw it
So
away. Throw it
annoying.
away.
I
Yo,
agree.
Throw it away.
My thing is they will never get the feel. That movie, it's
No,
not gonna have the Cowboy Bebop feel. I don't care what.
Nope.
There's
it's
an
not.
emotion behind
I
that
love.
series that I
Mm-hmm.
don't
I
care what you
love.
do, you
I
can't
consider
remove that.
Cowboy Bebop is one of my favorite animes ever.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's
It's
literally a
number
masterpiece.
3 on my. It's number 3 on my top 5.
It's number 2 on mine. It's number 2
it's in my
because
top 10.
you're just fucking biased, Ray. Nobody gives a
There's an again. There's
I
an
think my
emotion
biases.
there that I'm sorry if you trying to translate that to live action. You're going to butcher it. You're not going to capture. You're not going to capture that emotion like you did with the anime. It's
Nah, you
not
know
going
what?
to come together.
You know what? I don't
Dragon
even think
Ball
that's the issue.
Evolution.
I refuse to acknowledge that movie
Death
exists.
Note.
Shut up.
Yo.
Oh no,
Death Note.
Dion goes hard on this Dragon Ball Evolution hit.
It's so bad, man. I would only way. Oh, the only way I watched that was watching a movie dub, which is these guys called Djibouti on YouTube. They just overdub shit that's stupid. Like any bad movie, they'll just crack their jokes and act like the actor, kind of like
And they be
MXC
better
back
than-
in the day.
And they be
I
better
need to
than the
watch
movie.
that. I need to watch
As
that.
a
Yeah,
fan-
that was the only way I could watch Dragon Ball Evolution. I didn't watch it straight.
Here's the thing: the Dragon Ball franchise, that was my introduction to anime. So
What?
for that Dragon Ball Evolution movie to be as bad as it was, that
Oh,
hurt
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
soul.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even watch it because I heard back from
I
friends, and I know
apologize.
they die hard, so I trusted them. I was like, you know what? I ain't taking that chance. I'm good.
But it was
I'll stay
I
with it.
Cowboy and
apologize.
Yu-Gi.
That had to be your
Cowboy and
introduction.
Yu-Gi for me.
Now, going back to the Cowboy Bebop thing, the fact that it's live
Mhm.
action for me is not the issue. The issue is the fucking because when you watch Cowboy Bebop the anime, the one thing that you notice is that it's very stylized. It has a look. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like it has a look, it has a feel.
A
You can
smug.
never
It's
replicate
like
that live action.
It's like it gives you it looks like it smells like cigarettes and gunpowder.
And fucking jazz music. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
oh
Mhm.
my god.
And you know what? And you know what else? The fact that it's made by like a Japanese writer is also part of the charm too. Because in Japan, they have like the way they consume culture is very, very, very unique. That's why Cowboy Bebop is the way it is. That's why, like, when the show ended the way it is, and then it said you're gonna carry that weight at the end, like that's all you
Oh,
fucking needed because the
I
show explained itself.
cried. The
You know what
final
I'm saying?
episode, I cried. I
Like,
cried. I
yeah,
cried.
the show explained itself and you just got to it was organic, you know what I'm saying? Like you just watched this shit and like you couldn't help but fucking immerse yourself. They can't replicate that live
Nigga.
action. They can't do it
That's what I was. That's what I was saying. There's an emotion there you're not going to capture by trying to convert that to a live action thing.
because you know what? Because again, I'm gonna bring it up. My favorite fucking movie of all time, Ghost in the Shell. They tried to do the same shit with Scarlett Johansson as Makoto Kusanagi, and you know what? The movie looked amazing. The movie, like from an aesthetic point of view, like they nailed it. They didn't get the feel though. So if you don't have the feel, you don't have a Ghost in the Shell movie. That movie, it's not Ghost in the Shell. It's a futuristic movie that calls itself Ghost in the Shell.
Same thing with Aeon Flux when they try to turn that into a movie. It didn't have the
I
feel
remember
to
that.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if they try to do imagine if they tried to remake Akira. They can't do it.
Oh, they're working on that.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I know
They
they're
still
working on it, but they can't do it. It's not gonna work.
No.
That's why they're still working on it because they've been trying to do that since what the '90s. They've been working on that shit
They need to leave
because
it
they
alone.
can't. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm surprised they
I'm
haven't
gonna call
touched
this.
Spirited Away. That's the one thing I'm surprised they ain't touched. I thought they
Leave
were
Studio
touch.
Ghibli alone. No, I'm stopping you
Did
right
it
there.
because
Leave
they
Studio
won an
Ghibli alone.
Oscar?
Leave Studio Ghibli alone. No.
What? Is it owned by Disney? I'm sorry. Is it Studio Ghibli owned by Disney?
I don't give a fuck. Leave
Okay.
Studio Ghibli alone. Leave that shit as it is.
Expect it. I'm telling you, expect one.
No, don't put that evil on us. No.
All right.
What I was about to say before you say that though, if they haven't attempted a live action Sailor Moon, don't be shocked within the next couple of years.
Ew. I don't.
It's gonna happen. I
Oh
guarantee it's
yeah,
gonna
and
happen.
today, especially with today, was going. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I'm still disappointed in Gem and the holograms, and I didn't even grow up on Gem and the holograms.
Oh
Can't
shit.
believe it. I used to watch that. It's crazy.
Oh shit. That
Ray,
was
you
left
know what
field as
movie I'm
fuck.
about to defend, right?
It's
You know
crazy.
what
That's
movie
the
I'm about to
same
defend.
people that made Paranormal Activity. Same company.
I know.
They were young, so
Nah,
they
but
shouldn't have
Ray,
reached
you know
that
what
far
movie I'm
yet.
about to defend though?
What?
Fucking Death Note.
No.
No, no,
Yes,
No.
no,
yes,
no.
Please don't.
yes,
Mm-mm.
yes,
Please don't.
I
yes.
refuse.
That
No.
movie
No.
was fucking adorable.
No, it wasn't.
Adorable?
No,
Adorable.
it was not.
Adorable.
It was
No, it was
adorable.
not.
You call the movie about people dying adorable.
No, listen, bro. First of all, they got the kid from Naked Brothers Band in there. And second of all, bro, that movie was the equivalent of your 3-year-old cousin drawing you a picture saying that he loves you. That was that movie.
No, it was not.
And you're just like, oh, then you post it up in your fucking
Don't.
fridge, and then 2 days later you take that shit off.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. So I'm gonna defend it
Oh
just on that alone.
man, I can't. I can't.
The whole purpose of L was he was solving mysteries without people knowing him. And like the first fucking 5 minutes of meeting L, the nigga go, "Hey, Light, I'm L. Please kill me."
You know what, Ray? You had y'all watched that movie with expectations. That's the problem. And I know,
okay.
I didn't watch
I
that
know.
movie with
I
expectations.
understand.
Watch it.
You know
It's
what?
just-
You are
I
right.
think the-
You are
The
right.
thing is,
Hold
I
on.
understand. I understand because I had expectations too. But at the same time, movies like that, you know they're not gonna fucking follow the source material. You know it's gonna be an interpretation. The fucking casting should have been a red flag right away. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, you just gotta just not let it happen. But when you watch the
I
shit,
will.
that's what it is.
I will give one thing based off of an anime, like a live action thing based off of an anime. I will give it its respect. On Netflix, there are 2 live action movies based on a Rurouni Kenshin series.
Yeah, but that was based in Japan.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
Point
it does.
is,
It
it was
does.
actually it was good.
It actually does.
It actually does.
True.
You remember what I said earlier, Dion, about cultural differences? Again, the Japanese consume media different than we do. Like
it's
the
like
reason, like part of the reason, real quick, part of the reason why I also defended the Death Note movie was because the Death Note live action movie has already been perfected before. There's a Japanese one that's fucking amazing.
That shit is so fucking good. That shit is
was
fire.
good.
Oh, yeah.
So that sounds like something I need to look for then.
Yo, bro, no, that fucking Japanese live action
Yeah.
movie, I 100% recommend. That shit was fucking good.
Everything
That's
was
why
good.
I had no problem with that movie because I already it was already perfected. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is cute, whatever, cool.
But all you're doing is explaining a reason why it shouldn't have existed. Like there was, if that's the case, then there was no reason for the other live action one.
I like that reason.
It's Netflix. I don't know what. Because that's one of the reasons why I don't want to watch what's the name of it? Full Metal Alchemist. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to watch that. I'm scared because when I saw that trailer, I was like, hold up. First of all, those 2 kids are German, and if this is Netflix, you should know because if you're gonna turn Cowboy Bebop and change up the race and stuff like that, and there's no excuse for you not to cast a German kid or just a European or Caucasian kid there, and just because the show is based on Greek and Arabic influences.
There's a lot of Middle Eastern and Eurocentric type of
So when I see that trailer, I see a Japanese kid as I mean, it's different when you watch an anime. When you watch an anime, you see the art style. If they're talking Japanese, it does not fuck with your mind at all because know you're watching an anime, instead of a regular cartoon.
So you're not gonna be shocked at Japanese.
So you're gonna give us a live action. I want to see what I see when I know their names. I know what they're about. I understand that it's a Japanese company that's creating a cartoon, so it's gonna be in their style. But if you're gonna give me live action, I want to see exactly what I know. Scar better be a Middle Eastern man. I don't want to see no Japanese dude painted dark. What? So when I saw that, I was like, I'm not ruining this for me. So I didn't bother. I didn't watch any of these live action. I probably saw a couple.
I think that's the gift and the curse of like Japanese films. When they miss, it's catastrophic.
Oof.
Like when Japanese people make a movie and it misses, it's like a catastrophic miss. With American movies, like when they miss, you're used to it because you're used to seeing bullshit. But with Japanese, they have but like with Japan, because they have such a respect for shit, you know what I'm saying? When they miss, it's very, very, very bad.
There's a difference between here's the thing you gotta understand about America when they do shit. America is doing shit just when an American producer, director, whatever the fuck does certain shit. It's a cash grab. That's all it is. That's all the fuck it's about. It's a cash grab. They're not going to pay the same respect to it as the original creators because to them it's a cash grab. Hey, let's take advantage of these fucks who are into whatever the fuck, and let's get this money up off them. That's all it is to them.
Okay, Dion. Here's the thing. Like, I agree with you, but here's the thing I always say when people say it's a cash grab. If you want the money from the people you're making a movie for, wouldn't you go from the source material instead of just doing your own shit? Because that would make more sense. Because at least, let's say with Marvel, look at Marvel what they did with what they did with Captain America. Yes, it's not 100%, but it's about as close as they can with it. So and the fact that they keep making these movies, they have a whole multiverse of it. Obviously, because they stay close to the source material. Now, everything cannot be 100% like Civil War, because there was definitely more heroes than the few we got. But
The story we got in Civil War, it was the story they were going for in the MCU. The original Civil War story, if you know what that was based on in the comics, they went a whole other route, but they
Yeah,
kind of had no choice.
I know, but but what I'm saying is they did it in the game too. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. That was based on the Civil War. But but you know what I'm saying? They get close, or at least as close to the source material as they could, and people go to their movies and flock to them. So
I
what I'm
think
saying
Netflix
is,
just got bold and greedy. I think they're just. I think because they're doing so well with their own original series and they're making bank. I think they just didn't have that anymore, and they said, let's just remake these cartoons they like watching so much. That's what I think because there's no effort, and I'm like, and you know their original shows were good.
Mm-hmm.
So why? What's the excuse when this is a Netflix original, but it's a remake? Why can't you get this down? It's like they're just rushing these things out for nostalgia's sake to
That's
stay
exactly
relevant.
why. I mean, why take your time and effort into something if you know you don't have to? Like people are still gonna watch it regardless, and people are gonna talk about it, and people are gonna hate it, and then that's gonna make other people want to watch it. So either way, they're gonna make their money, regardless if they
That's
stick to the
true.
material or not.
I'm guilty of that too. Watching something just to see if it's as bad as people say it is. That's the main reason I watched X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh no, what have you done?
I mean, yeah, negative attention sells.
you're right.
Negativity literally sells.
And then
You're
when
right,
it comes
because
to
they got
X-Men
me with
Dark
Death
Phoenix,
Note. Because they
if
definitely
I'm
did got
being
me with
blatantly
Death Note.
honest about X-Men Dark Phoenix, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge that
It
word.
was more of a
You don't have to. They fixed it.
every other. It was more
Good.
of the case of I've watched every other X-Men movie, so now I have to see Dark Phoenix purely out of principle.
Whatever you got to tell yourself, Dion.
Right.
I mean,
Thankfully, we got Days of Future
that's how my
Future
mind
Past
is.
to fix it.
I've seen everything else in the series. I had to see Dark Phoenix just out of principle. I had to watch Dark Phoenix.
All right, bro.
Retcon.
It's your time, not mine.
I know. All right. Any last words before we move on to our final topic?
Everything is a remix.
The only thing I have to say is that I actually am excited about Girl from Nowhere season 3. It's basically a Thailand series, so that's really the only thing I'm excited about. That's it's been renewed for another season, so that's all I care about. That's
It's
it.
really good.
Lucifer season 6 hits tomorrow
Well, I'm
on
excited.
Netflix.
I'm
I didn't even
excited for the
season
Wu-Tang Chronicles.
Yeah. You know
The
what?
Wolf
Now that
Chronicles?
you mention it,
Yeah.
you know what, Crystal? You just reminded me. Now that you mention it, I'm excited for Money Heist because that fucking series just
Yo.
updated. So I gotta watch that shit. That show is fucking good as fuck.
Shit. Now, look, if Walking Dead, Telltale's ever put on with another Walking Dead game, I'll probably be excited for it, even though I'm glad the way it ended. But if they did come out with another fucking Walking Dead game, I would be excited for that. I know they're doing the
I ain't
Wolf
watched
Among Us
Marvel What
too.
If this week. Oh shit! That just dawned on me. I ain't watching Marvel What If this week. I gotta watch that tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, this episode was really good.
The last week was dark. Oh shit!
Oh
I'm
boy.
not even gonna ruin it for whoever ain't seen it. But
I
the
like
last one was dark.
I like the
Wow.
fact that it was dark. I really did. I like the fact that it was dark.
I'm not complaining. I just wasn't expecting that.
I did laugh. I did laugh at one part, but I'm not going to explain it. On to my final topic. I don't know if we probably brought this up, but I don't know if we ever really got deep into it. But I'm pretty sure everyone done seen this argument. If men and women can be friends, so I bring this to the panel.
Oh boy.
Basically, do y'all think men and women can be friends?
Duh.
Why is this a
You
question?
say okay. Everybody say this but a lot of people do say no, and everybody like from Steve Harvey to a lot of people they do say no. It's just like a lot of people
Who the
agree. Some people feel like that men and women cannot be friends.
to Steve
Yes, they
Harvey?
can.
Depends.
Maybe because they never experienced it. That's the only thing I could think
Right.
of.
Me and Crystal grew up together. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. So my take on this whole thing is that when you're in a relationship, you have to let the other person know who your friends are, being collectively aware of everything. So when I call Dion up or Dion calls me up and we're just talking about basic shit, okay, I'm always asking, hey, how's Constance? How's the kids? Where's Constance? Where's she at? Let me speak to her. I'm always including myself into the parts of his life that he lets me be included in, but I never disregard the fact that he has a woman that is his life, is his part of his life. And that's the problem with men and women. They never tell each other or tell their friends that's of the opposite sex, hey, this is my person, yada yada. They just leave it basically solo. So the person ends up either thinking they're not in a relationship. A lot of disrespect goes unknowingly because the person thinking they're single or whatever in some cases, and they say certain things or have feelings or speak really disrespectful. And that's the problem with men and women as being friends. They always want to have an underlining type of disrespectful attitude when it comes to friendship. And the third party, who is their girlfriend or boyfriend, ends up paying in the long run.
You want to know what I think it is? I think it's just straight up narcissism. For you to to feel some type of way about me having a friendship with another girl and you my woman, like you're making yourself that you're putting yourself at the center in order to make it an issue on purpose. That's narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? If I have a relationship that's clearly defined, that's what it is. There's no speculation. I'm going to treat you accordingly. I'm going to treat this other person accordingly. What it is like people, because have become so hyper individualistic, they place themselves at the center of whatever other relationship you have, regardless of whether you are in the room or not. And it creates this context to where people can say, oh well, men and women can't be friends because deep in my subconscious I feel like you're always gonna have this innate desire for somebody. And it's like, well, no, that's a
No.
narrative you put up in your head in order to
No.
justify the fact that you have low self-esteem and you're not secure in this relationship. That has nothing to do with me. That has everything to do with you.
Okay, so in a scenario where you're invited to a wedding of your female friend, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she only has a invite for you and not your girl or wife. What would you say to that?
So with that, but it will be what you just what you said earlier though. Like you make it a point to include to like make sure that they're included, right? So it would depend on intention. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, then I would just hit up my friend and be like, "Yo, I'm bringing my woman, or like, can I have an invitation from my woman just so she knows that she's included?" I feel like that could be solved with a conversation,
Communication.
and
Communication.
yeah, like
Communication.
you just communicate that, and you just act accordingly to what the reaction will be. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't have to be as deep as, oh, she didn't invite my girl, I hate this person all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a little extreme, like, and with that, I'm not assuming disrespect either. You know what I'm saying? Because it could just it may have slipped their mind. You know what I'm saying? Or like they don't think that our relationship is that serious. You know what I'm saying? Because with boyfriend and girlfriend, you never really know, like, oh, okay, I don't really know this person that much, so I don't want to bring them into a situation where, somebody takes them off, or like they have this kind of personality and
Right.
somebody's clashing. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's like a precaution. I don't think it's like any disrespect towards it, because if she's invited me to a wedding, then of course she's gonna trust me to bring people that I know are gonna behave. You know what I'm saying? So That could
Right.
just be solved with communication.
Well, I like where you're going with this because at the end of the day, I'm just speaking from personal experience when it
Right.
comes to certain women. They always think ahead. They're always
Right.
going to think ahead. So if she did not invite someone that you're interested in, or even went out of her way, and this is just a example, it's not real, as you know. If she's not going out of her way to see if you want to bring someone or ask you, she just invites you, then you really have to think, what is the reasoning for it? If she knows
Yeah.
that you're dating someone, even if it's not serious, people have to look at the underhanded ways that people act. And I think because guys are very genuine at times, not all of them, but most of them, when it comes to friendships with females, they don't see the plan that they're being trapped in. So it's very important when someone has another person in their life that they ask about them. Hey, how's so and so? If you guys have an argument and you tend to have a relationship where you bring the argument to that female or boyfriend, you have to see if they're taking both sides and analyzing it properly. If they're only taking your side, there's an underhandedness to it. And that's all I have to say.
Right.
I feel like the common denominator to all this has always been sex, because for most people that says men and women can't be friends, they always come with this was like, if you can call your friend right now, because I've seen this in
See,
most shows.
I have to call bullshit. I have to
Hold
call
on,
bullshit.
hold on. Because most people say that it's just like they call your friend and you hit them with the "I'm horny right now. Can you please come through?" And I'm pretty sure there are men that only with you just because they want to have sex with you. But I also feel like it is they try to exclude the people that's just like genuinely there for you, to genuinely give you advice, or it's just like the way like you, Dion, and Crispy, y'all grew up together, so y'all been cool with each other since kids and shit. It's just like I feel like a lot of people don't really see things like that. They just probably see, especially the men that say that. I feel like they just see women as just sexual beings and sexual objects or something like that. And I feel like that's where most of the men and women can't be friends from. Because even Steve Harvey done said that.
Steve Harvey.
I don't put too much stock in nothing that comes out of Steve Harvey's mouth. Let's start with that.
Not
But
look. Like I tell, look. Even you know what they say. Even a blind squirrel is right twice a day and some shit like that.
even a
Like
broken clock is
you
right
may not
twice a
agree
day.
with. No, but you may. What I'm saying is, you may not agree with everything, but there are some tidbits that you could take from him that he is correct on. I
Maybe.
don't
But and then
like.
and
You don't
then
have to go
I'm
word for
sure
word, but there are some things he's like, yeah, that's true.
I'm sure everyone here has a friend of the opposite gender, and yet even though they might be attractive as fuck, but you've never felt anything in a romantic or sexual sense toward them whatsoever.
Yeah, but at the same time, those lines can be blurred at any motherfucking time. That's what makes it so
Exactly.
tricky. At any time, that line can be blurred.
I
I
mean,
think that's what makes it so, unpredictable.
if
Yeah,
it is
and
blurred though, I think it's just important to set up expectations and boundaries. Like if it does
Yes.
happen, then a conversation needs to be had about it. If y'all gonna continue to do it, then yeah, y'all need to set up some boundaries. Y'all need to set up expectations. Does that mean that somebody's feelings still not gonna get involved? Absolutely not. But you can't say that you didn't have the conversation.
I
exactly.
totally, I totally agree with you. The only thing I'm gonna add with that is people are fucking fickle. So sometimes, like, it
Getting
may
into
be
that.
that simple, but like, it may just depend on the.
Huh?
Uh oh.
Oh
Sorry
no.
about that, but I was just saying,
Okay.
like, some people just not right up there, so they're not gonna do it the right way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we may like the way we talking about it. It may be simple, but a lot of people nowadays, I feel like a lot of people like to get shit wrong on purpose. Me
Yeah.
personally, but
Yeah, they do.
that just, again, it's just character at that point. You know what I
It
mean?
is. Yeah, 'cause I lost my guy friend a couple years ago. It was only recently he hit me up. The whole situation was it's it's really fucked up. But anyway, The whole situation was she didn't want him having any female friends. I told him, if that's what she wants and you're serious about her, then be with her. That's what true friends are. I don't know what he got himself into, but it's really none of my fucking business.
I
If I
say in a
really,
situation like that, when you're
uh-huh.
talking to someone, oh, they have this thing about you having friends of the opposite gender, run,
Yeah. But
run.
listen, no, but listen, that was his choice. He had to know what he's willing to sacrifice for her and what he's not. He's a grown ass man. So if
100%
I'm
agree.
truly his friend, right? If I'm truly his friend, this is his fight, not mine.
Right.
If I'm truly his friend, I knew to back the fuck up. Did he have the choice to contact me and be like, hey, Chris, what's up? What's going on? No, he had no business doing that because I already told him, don't contact me. It seems like it's trouble. And if this is the one, then leave me the fuck alone and deal with the.
I get what
I'm
you're
just
saying in
saying.
that regard, but at the same time, that's hella manipulative.
No,
That sound to me that sounds of a manipulative ass person.
yes, she
One of
might
the
be.
things that a manipulative ass individual will do, they will
Uh-huh.
try to isolate your ass.
Right. But if that's her, we don't know her story. We really don't know what
Right.
she's mentally going through and if he's willing to put up with it. And it seemed from when he came to me with the issue, it seemed like he wanted to do what she wanted him to do to make the relationship work. Like I said, whether she's manipulative or not, I really don't know her backstory. I wish I knew more about her, but again, it wasn't in my fucking place until she picked up the phone and say, "Hey, Chris, what's the relationship that you have with you and so and so?" But it didn't get that deep because she's already putting up boundaries or whatever. I'm gonna respect that because I respect him. That's what it means to be a true female friend to a guy that's the opposite sex or whatever. So at the end of the day, I back the fuck up. Where he went wrong is texting me, her finding out that he was texting me
Oh
and her
shit.
going to fuck off. So that's on his part. He should have stood
Right.
up, be a man, deal with her mental issues because that's what he signed up
He
for.
he should have backed the fuck off when she spit that bullshit about him having female friends. He should have kicked her to the fucking curb.
See, but that's the thing that she was explaining. That's your boundary. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's something that's a non-negotiable for you. You gonna have your motherfucking female friends, but
Exactly.
for him, like
Mm-hmm.
it may
Especially
be.
on top of that, hold up. On top of that, especially if I knew them before you. Oh no, no, I'm not. I'm not cutting them off for you.
Yeah, but that's what
I
I'm
know.
saying. That's
No.
what I'm saying. Like the way you feel about it may not be the
Right.
way he feels about it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
it
like
wasn't.
you're censoring yourself. And again, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Because I also agree with you on that. We see eye to eye when it comes to that. But when it comes to other people and their relationships, it's like very, very, very unique. You know what I'm saying? We can't paint relationships like as the same because when you do that, that's when people start making mistakes because then they start assuming. You know what I'm saying? So, like with what Crystal just said, with that relationship and what he got going on, she don't
Mm-hmm.
want nothing to do with that because she don't want to be put in a situation where she's in the middle, all because he decided to do something that was a non-negotiable for her. You
Right.
feel me? So like when you have those type of situations, it's discretion. It's about understanding that okay, I don't want to put people in a certain position that'll make them uncomfortable, or I don't want to do something that is going to compromise either relationship
Right.
because it could be where he'll contact Crystal and then he'll end up losing both friends because now
Exactly.
you done created a situation that you know you wasn't supposed to be in because you know your girl don't like this shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And I ended up having to mend the relationship because he begged me. So I said, you know what? You should have just came true. If she didn't want you
You shouldn't
contact.
even have done that.
No, I had to. I'm his. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. To me, being a true fucking friend is making sure that the person that put themselves in a bad situation, if it's anything I can fucking do, I'm gonna do it. So I did call him up and said, put me on speaker. Don't talk privately to me because obviously she got some insecurity issues. Who doesn't? Depending on how small it is or big it is. I just didn't want to be in the fucking middle. And I told him not to fucking do it, but he did
Yeah.
what he wanted to do because he's a what? A grown
Man,
man. I had nothing to do with that.
I was in a I was in this weird situation a few years back. Thankfully, the woman that I'm friends with and who is in question here, she's no longer with this piece of shit.
Mm.
But okay, when I first met this dude that she was talking to, he was real paranoid and insecure about her being friends with me. There was never nothing romantic or sexual or anything like that between me and this girl at any point in time. And I had known this chick approaching a decade. So I told her, hey, look, I don't know what dude's issue is with you talking to me, but like, you know, something don't seem right there. Not to mention he gotten disrespectful toward me on a couple of occasions. So that's another thing where I'm like, hey yo, check homeboy. Because he said the wrong thing, it's no longer gonna be a conversation. I'm just gonna hit this nigga.
Did she discuss did she discuss him with you or vice versa? Like did she tell him anything about
I
you?
don't know what conversations they had between themselves in private. The only thing that I know off the top of my head is the fact that everything that I was saying, okay, someone being manipulative and abusive, how they'll isolate you and shit. All in this particular situation, all that shit came true. Because I came to find out this nigga was beating on her and some more shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was abusive.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah,
That nigga was like
that's what I'm
Turner.
saying. These are unique situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, because with your situation, right, it turned out that he was abusive. But if there was a situation that was similar, that man might not be abusive. He just might have real deep insecurities that he might not be aware of. You know what I'm saying? It could be that as well. So like it could be just unique situations manifesting itself into certain relationships. That's why that's a non-negotiable for you because you had a personal experience. I also had a personal experience. And you want to know what's funny? Ray was right motherfucking there. Because
story time.
all right, so like I was dating this girl and this relationship was long distance. It was over the internet. So, like
red flag.
yes, to simplify. Well,
You know how I feel about internet dating, dog.
I mean,
Red
yeah,
flag.
yeah, that's you. But like to simplify, she thought that one of the people that I was real cool with, and Ray calls this particular individual her daughter. I call her my niece. You know what I'm saying? So there's absolutely nothing of any sexual nature going on there. You know what I'm saying? She thought that I was feeling her. So I had to like sit her down and like explain to her why the shit that she assumed was stupid. And like when I had that conversation with her, it did kind of take her a while, but I didn't do it in a malicious way. I did it in a way that made her understand don't ever disrespect me like that, because that's disrespectful. That you would think that I would even be capable of doing that, especially when I told you the nature of our relationship and the fact that I told you and you still thought that there was something going on. Like, you're trying to assume something about my character. You know what I'm saying? And I don't play that. So, I had to let her off with a really, really, really serious warning. Like, don't fucking do that shit. Do not do it. You know what I'm saying? So, but like looking back at it, like I communicated, I did what I was supposed to do because I'm a crystal, I'm a grown ass man, and that's what you do. You lay down the line and you put down the boundary and you make a motherfucker. You gotta let them know that this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what's missing. I feel like people aren't assertive enough. I feel like people think that shit is a game, and other people try to play you. People try to try you. People try to assume shit on you, but you just gotta be in a position to let a motherfucker know this is what it is, and this is what it's going to be. And if you feel any type of other way about this, or if you still feel like I'm playing around, please let me know so I can drop you and go to the next motherfucker. Because I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? People got to take back their fucking power.
Yeah, I agree. Because even when my ex, he plays this fucking game with his new girls, saying, "Oh, Chris does this and Chris does that," and and then got bitches calling me up, and I'm just like, motherfucker. And if you asking me which
Whole
person
time
I'm
you don't even
talking
talk to the
about,
nigga.
you know who I'm talking about, Dion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whole time you don't even speak to the nigga. I know exactly who you're talking about.
It's so fucked up, yo. Like it's really fucked up, yo. Like he makes me sound better than I am. Everybody has fucking flaws, but he does this shit to make the other girl jealous. So the girl could
And
feel
then
like
we've had this
she has
conversation
more
before, and
stuff.
I've said this to you again. He does that shit because he misses your ass.
You know what? Let's change the topic. Next person.
Honestly, stuff like that is why like I used to like when I was younger, when I used to talk to women, the one thing I ask is like, is there any insecurities that you have that you feel like that needs to be fixed? Some of them they say I get jealous too quickly. It's just like, and I always, even though I've always attracted jealous women, I always thought that was a red flag. It's just like, what is your reason of getting jealous when you already have the person? And if you don't trust the person you are with, then why you're with them?
Until an individual does or says something to that actually warrants suspicion, yes, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
If it's just jealousy, just because just to be jealous, yes, that's a red fucking flag.
Yeah, but some people are jealous just to be jealous. Some people are just now. I understand the difference between jealous and territorial because some dudes do overstep boundaries, and you gotta be like, "Hey, don't do that." But there are some people who's just like,
There's a sweet being territorial and being just and being
You're about to
insecure.
do it again. You're about
"I
to do it
just,
again. You're
I
about to do
just,
it again.
yeah, I just."
Oh my
I'm
god.
done.
Nah, we need to watch Pootie Tang. Yo.
Father saw it coming.
Oh shit.
Gotta catch things quick.
Oh, bro. It's the ancestors. I have ancestors.
Man, you got foresight. Fuck that.
Bro. Shout out to being African.
To an extent, but to an extent, I feel like you're supposed to be territorial, but
I don't have a problem with the territorial. And I just said that. I don't. The territorial is not the problem because some people do overstep lines. You gotta be like, "Hey, don't do that, bro."
Yeah.
But when you're jealous for no reason, I feel like you sometimes you gotta step up to the man and say, "Hey, yo, you gotta cut that shit out." It's like I ain't got no intentions with your woman. It's like and like she's with you, and I respect your relationship and all that other stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how women do it, but sometimes depending on the dude, some dudes that are jealous, it's just like talking to a brick wall sometimes and stuff. Like you got to prepare. Like you might have to fight this nigga because sometimes that's how jealous you
I feel
get.
like two women aren't even gonna have the conversation. It's just they're just gonna whoever the girlfriend is just gonna continually hound that nigga.
Yo,
Yo.
and then honestly, that's why it's like, hey, yo, you gotta talk to your man because if I know you probably been there, it's just like you gotta talk to your man because if he disrespect me one more time, I'm gonna go across the show. It's I'm pretty sure every dude has had that moment where it's just like your female friend.
I just explained that situation.
Is that exactly? So
He got
like I
overtly
don't know.
aggressive
Like I
for
said, I
me,
don't know
and
how
all I
how it
did
is
was
for
say hi to
women.
Shorty, and I'm just like, oh, all right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Women, it's the same thing, but I know like dealing with a female friend with a jealous boyfriend. I'm just like, you know what? I see you when I see you. Sometimes it's just like you gotta back up.
I wasn't going to stop like associate with my friend or whatever, but I should have told her, hey, correct old boy before I corrected.
Nah, I don't either. But sometimes it's just like depending on like how she feels about him. It's like sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's like talking to a brick wall and all that other stuff. But it's just
I'm just glad I have female friends that let the boyfriend know he's cool. I'm just glad I have female friends like that because like my friends know me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a very, very, very consistent individual. So they know that, like my boundaries are boundaries and I'm not gonna cross them. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just glad that I at least have that. So that way I don't have but like, sometimes people don't listen. Sometimes words aren't enough.
Lord Jesus.
See, depending on the individual, my female friends who have like, boyfriend, husband, whatever the case may be, I'm making a point to like actually be cool with they nigga. Just
Yeah. And then you come to find out that nigga is, we're not gonna be compatible. You got because that's happened to me before too.
I try. Just
You want to know what's even funnier? You want to know what's even funnier? This was an interracial relationship.
Oof.
Yeah, it was an interracial relationship. Was
the girl white or was the dude white?
No, so the dude was white, the girl was black. But she was my homegirl, you know what I'm saying? So like we was cool, but and I had no problems with it at the time, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever, but I was not gonna be friends with that motherfucker. There was no way. we were polar motherfucking opposites. There was no motherfucking way.
I know exactly what he was insecure about. I get it now.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Hey, yo, Q, you got anything to say about the situation?
That nigga watching football.
Is Q still here? The game's over.
Yeah, the game's over.
Shit, it's 1 in the morning. Yeah, I'm looking at the time. Damn, it's 1 in the morning. Oh shit.
I guarantee you probably sleep. So I'm gonna just say any last words before we move on to our final thought.
Don't write checks your ass can't cash. That's all I'm gonna say.
Check your friends and check your friends' friends.
Get your mans.
Okay, now we about to go to our final thought. So last call for Q to reach God. All right.
Oh, yeah, he's not.
Right?
He gone.
Yep, he gone. All right. D Wolf is on you.
All right. 3 things. First thing is we were talking about because Crystal brought up Dora the Explorer. The girl that played Dora, somebody brought up Legends of the Hidden Temple. It's the same girl.
What?
That was in same girl. She was in Transformers 5 as well. She was that girl too.
The one with John Cena?
No, the one right before that.
Oh, okay.
When it was in Chicago.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg. Okay.
Yeah. The second thing, based on we were talking about movies that we were looking forward to and stuff, and we brought it up. I didn't want to keep that going too long, but we brought up Spider-Man. Like, did anybody see the trailer?
Home. Yes.
Yeah.
No Way
That's
Home.
another one. I forgot. You brought up Venom. I don't know why I didn't bring that up at the time, but yeah, that I'm looking forward to, because Jamie Foxx is coming back for that one.
Yes.
All
the villains from the other Spider-Man movies coming back.
Yep. Thanks to Doctor
Doctor
Strange. And finally, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'll put this on the in the chat. I have a link. I don't know if anybody has Twitter, but he made this video a while back about being typecast, and the way he did it was fucking powerful.
You sent that to me, right? I think you sent that to me.
Did I? Did I send that?
You may have, because I watched it and I was like, wow, this is really great.
Yeah.
I need to watch that. I didn't get to watch that.
Yeah. So yeah. And that's it.
Okay, Tanya is on you.
So 2 things. First, I want to start with my little nostalgic fat girl moment real quick. Cream savers are coming back. I don't know if y'all remember
Nigga, what?
cream savers,
Nigga, what?
Yes.
but cream savers
Yes.
are coming back. They should be back towards the end of this month, and they're going to be in Big Lots. But they are coming back out.
You have me drooling right now. Oh my
Them
god.
bitches are good as fuck, yo.
You have me drooling right now.
Oh my god. As soon as
Cream
you said
savers,
the
oh my
name,
god.
the taste
It's
went in
two
my tongue.
flavors: the strawberries and cream and the orange and cream. The
Oh,
strawberries
the
and cream
orange
was the
one.
best one anyway.
I like the orange ones. I like the orange cream ones. I'll fight a nigga over the orange cream joints.
Second thing, real quick. Anita Baker has not only outlived her contracts, but she now owns her own masters. So y'all go stream her shit, get her this bag, make sure she get her money, and I'm just super duper excited for her because you know they was fighting her in court. So, I'm just here for it.
That's great.
I might as well give her all my money. Fuck it.
Nigga, I'm
You
about
ain't gotta
to
give
sing
her
the
money.
fuck out of
You just
Sweet
gotta
Love.
scream.
That's another song I sing the fuck out of.
Giving you the best that I got, baby.
And then that's all I have.
All right, Dion is on.
What the fuck is wrong with Florida?
Don't start.
That's a question that will never get an answer. I just want you to know.
Ratchet ass Florida.
I shared the one thing in the group chat, the lady who rode naked in the middle of a damn police standoff
He was hot.
in a golf cart. What the fuck is wrong with Florida?
Was she on that Flocka? Because I know that Flocka shit started in Florida. That
I
Flocka
don't
shit
know
started
what
in
she was
Florida.
on. I don't know what she... Nigga, what the...
You know how New York is, but they're never hardly in the news, but we do the most craziest shit. It's just that Florida's like a vacation spot, and they just be hating on people, so they put us in the news all the time now. Like I'm kind of like, that's really fucked up. But maybe she was hot. It's humid out here, so.
I heard the Bronx is like the same way. I don't know if the Bronx is just like Florida. Like weird shit just happens there.
New York in general is weird, regardless of where you are, regardless of where in the city you are. New York in general is you'll see something that ain't normal. But you'll never see someone ass naked in a golf cart in the middle of a fucking police standoff. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
That's a Florida shit. That's all Florida. The only other state that I can think of that someone will post some bullshit like that is like Alabama.
What about Colorado?
Or maybe Texas. Maybe Texas.
You said maybe. Yeah. Well, I like it here, so
Florida is weird as fuck. And that's coming from a New Yorker. Florida is weird as fuck.
They call it the Germany of the states. That's the only two places you get news stories that are similar: Germany and Florida.
You want to know what's funny? I call Nigeria the Florida of Africa.
Yeah, some weird shit happening in Nigeria as well.
Oh no! Oh no! Not Nigeria.
Hey man, I'm a Ghanaian. I gotta let it be known. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all don't like Nigerians to begin with, right?
It's sibling rivalry. I always have to explain this. People really think we legitimately don't like Nigerians, and I have to always explain. It's not that we hate them. We just hate the shit they do. Sometimes they just do shit.
That's how I feel towards Florida.
It's like it's like how your brother or your sister do some shit that you fucking hate, but you know that if somebody try them, you right there. But that's us.
I can understand that.
And wasn't Ghanaians giving free passageway to Nigerians to come to Ghana?
It was no, not really. So like we've always had like people like in each individual country. What we did was we gave Nigerian students the right to come to like study like at our schools and shit.
But that's still a win.
Yeah.
Is it not?
And also, because the one thing that like we're known for is our collaboration with music. When we make music, it's the most fire shit in the world. But when it come to food, nigga, there's beef. We got beef. Your jollof is inferior.
Yo, them jollof wars, them shits is real. Them jollof wars be real.
Are you using that jasmine? Fucking inferior.
Dion, you finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Crystal's on you.
Oh shit.
All right. So we know with the coronavirus and stuff like that, the pandemic, it really, I don't know about y'all, but it's really slowed down my plans. So I just want a reminder, even for myself, that to surround your people with true people that got your fucking back. We ain't got no more time to fucking waste. And with these new vaccine mandated bullshits about jobs, it's going to be even harder to find a job now if you don't want to get jabbed. For those of you who already got jabbed, kudos. You already know I already run my own business and shit, but even with that, having the right support system, having the right people on your fucking team is the best. We don't have time or energy anymore to entertain fuckery. When somebody says they're your friend and you can't even talk to them about simple politics stuff without them getting upset, without them trying to take your fucking head off and you know, talk about your parents and stuff. I don't know, but they be just doing some grimy ass shit. Those are not your friends. Okay, they have to have your fucking back, because when you're far ahead, you don't want to have to look behind your back to see who's coming towards you with a fucking knife. Just keeping it real. The higher we go, the more people, I don't know why, they just drop off with some retarded ass shit. So surround yourself with a good support system, not this fake shit. Fake friendships, it's outdated. We've wasted enough time.
Amen.
God bless you.
Father is on you.
So for my final thoughts, I have a hot take, and I posted this on Twitter, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. None of us deserve luxury. Not me, not you, nobody. You are a regular ass speck of flesh like the rest of us. So who decided that you deserve more? Who decided that, you know, these individual people deserve more than us? We're all capable human beings. And I feel like I've come to this conclusion because, like, wealth, like the entire concept of wealth in its nature is to be shared. You're supposed to share wealth. If you have an abundance of something and you have other people within your vicinity, you're supposed to share it so everybody has their fair share. But because we live in such a hyper individualistic society, people make it seem like, oh, I have more of this, so therefore I get to splurge more than you do. And what we do is we forget that there are certain things that are supposed to be given to us as birthright: water, food, and shelter. Those are the three non-negotiables to any society. So when you have a society like this where everything is locked behind a paywall, it makes it difficult for people to see their inherent worth. When you make it difficult for people to see their inherent worth, you make it that much more difficult to have an adequate society. So you have people that's running around here, you know, like they work in all these jobs and they're putting themselves through all this unnecessary stress in order to prove themselves to people that are inadequate in the first place, that they deserve whatever it is that they deserve. But all I want to say is that my definition of luxury is being in an environment where everything is state of the art. Your hospitals, your schools, your supermarkets, you know, the housing that you live in, you know, nothing is dirty, nothing is grimy, everything is, you know, up to standard, you know, like nothing, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, golden toilets, and you don't need fucking 15 rooms and 10 bathrooms in your mansion with fucking 5 cars in your garage and shit. That's excess. You don't need that shit. All that shit is gonna do is just hold you down, because now you have to pay for that shit. So now you put yourself in a situation where you have to pay for all these things and you have to maintain a certain type of lifestyle. And life already is unpredictable. We don't have agency over our destiny because life in itself is unpredictable. So we constantly, try to fucking play God. We constantly try to put ourselves in situations that try to tell other people that we are above them. And all that's doing is just teaching our kids the same shit. And then our kids grow up to be as inadequate as we are. And the entire point of having kids is for them to be better than you in every conceivable way. If your child is not a better version of you, then you have failed as a parent. You have failed as a human being, and you have completely missed the point of what life is in the first place. Everybody that exists in this earth right now has value, has worth, but you have to be in an environment that fosters that worth and tells you that you are capable of doing things instead of growing up in an environment where people tell you, oh, you can just do anything you want. You grow up and then you come to find out that shit is a lie. And then, you can't, there's a lot of people, they can't comprehend that. They can't handle that. So as a result, they turn to the drugs, they turn to the alcohol, and they make decisions that harm themselves because that's what they're taught to do. It's not be, and I want to end this with a quote with Mr. Miyagi. Is there's no such thing as a bad student, just a bad teacher. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Father. This is for mostly the gamers. I know Father done talked about this, and I talk about this. This is more like a yearly thing. 2K NBA 2K22 just came out, and honestly, this is like the worst marketing I done seen for anyone to present their game. As a matter of fact, they didn't present their game. They didn't put no gameplay. They showed you a lot of bullshit, and yet there was still people pre-ordering the game. There was still people who's like can't waiting for the game. There were people that's buying it day one without really know what was in there. Like I want people to, and I'm not going to say boycott, but I just want you to hold your money if they're not giving you the product that you be getting. I've seen so many people complain about how bad 2K21 is, and people still play it. I didn't buy this game until it was like $10, and I barely spent any money. It's like, and they had, and it's funny because I got friends that play this game. It's just like, why didn't you get it? I was like, I'm not spending my money on a game that I'm probably not going to like. And I barely like this game, but it does kill time, so I do play it. So but like going to the days where I was spending $60 and then an extra 50 for a game I'm playing only for like a full year until the next one come out. It's just like it's like it's stupid, especially since they're not giving you what you want. Why are you still giving them your money? It's like I've seen them make. And for some reason, everybody tells you the game is bad, and people tell you, and they're making more and more money. They're making money in the billions, and they're still not giving you what you want in design. And for what it looks like, they're still not doing it with 2K22. It's just I don't want you to boycott the game, but just at least hold your money until they give you what you need. And I think gamers, we need to start doing this before stuff like this going to happen to not just in sports games but in other games where they're barely going to show you what the game is. And like, because I remember when Final Fantasy VII they had the demo, they were showing you the game, they were showing you everything, and everything looks good. They wanted to make sure you look good. They gave you a demo. 2K22 didn't even give you a demo. I said that should have been a red flag to a lot of people. And then it's one of those things that bugs me because it feels like a lot of people are just being sheep and you're just buying the game. And if it's the same thing as like last year, what's the point of getting the game this year? Just go with the last year's model. And that's basically all I gotta say, man. Oh, and Jimmy Kimmel, you're a fucking idiot. I don't understand why people are trying to like push dictatorship about getting vaccinated. Crystal, you just brought that up. And I know Jimmy Kimmel said something like, if you are unvaccinated, you shouldn't get health care, or like you should just. I'm paraphrasing, but basically, you said you just let them die. It's like, so I don't think a lot of people, and we done said this many times, you don't understand. Like, people just don't trust it, especially since it's really not much to be done with. And then like we got more variants, and then it's not, the vaccine's not even going to prevent anything in there. So, like, I don't know why everybody's getting pushed. I don't know why this whole thing is getting pushed, but it's really, really coming a dictatorship. And I don't like using that word, but it really starting to look like that. And that's all I got to say about that. I'd like to thank the panel for jumping on again. I would like to thank all of y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. I hope y'all had fun. This is, you know what, let me just say podcast, and we're signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Cheers.
Bye.